Ready? Epic, go!
And we're live. Hello, everyone. FFXIV here. Welcome to tonight's podcast. I don't know what season or episode it is. I'm sorry, but it is a season. It is an episode.
Season 5, episode 3.
Yeah.
God dang it! How's our guest know? I don't know.
Okay, guess you can introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm RazorBlade Mango. I'm just some guy that stumbled off the street, and then they invited me in for this podcast, so I'm here.
Yay. Greetings, everyone. This is Master Minos. How have you guys been? It's been quite a long week. Got nothing else. Epic, your turn.
I already went. SupraStarDC.
Aw, DC then.
I'm here. I'm happy because I had to buy Ni no Kuni the PS4 remastered Ni no Kuni again.
Ooh.
Because I lost my last copy and I just had to buy another one.
F for respect.
And I just want to say this one thing. GameStop. Getting a CD and just putting it in another Ni no Kuni case does not count as the game being brand new. Stop it. Stop yourself.
Did they shrink wrap it this time?
No.
Wow.
They didn't even go that far. Wow.
Remember He got it from the cabinet. It was just a CD, and then he just found a case. I was out in the open. He just put it in there and be like, "It's new. Nobody played it. It's brand new." I'm like,
wow.
Just because you say that.
He didn't even give you the courtesy of shrink wrapping it.
Like, no, he didn't. And
wow.
now I bought a new game. Well, quotation, new game from games. At least I got my Ni no Kuni back. I'm alright with that. At least.
Yeah, Ni no Kuni is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's that fire.
You know what else is awesome? RazorBlade Mango hit a milestone.
I did?
Congratulations.
What did I do?
Went over 1,000.
Oh, yeah. I'm still waiting for those, 30 people to dip and be like, later, and then I'm back down to 1,000.
Nah, bro, they're waiting for you to do what you said you're going to do in the Animal Crossing live stream. You're supposed to sing Adam Levine's song, Sugar. Yes.
I do remember that, and I don't.
And then after that,
you remember that, but I don't.
And then after he does it, his channel is going to be...
Yeah, because his name is, Levine in Animal Crossing.
Oh, my God.
So, me and one of his friends were talking about, he could, when he reaches where he's at now, he just sings Sugar by Maroon 5, Adam Levine.
God.
And, I felt like it was, good. It was respectful. It gives people something.
Uh-huh.
And, he hasn't done it yet.
The one time I've unironically sung Sugar, I was pretty wasted when I went to karaoke.
I'm not gonna lie. If his channel didn't get copyright struck before, it will soon.
Oh yeah, Rule 5 got copyright.
Thank goodness we didn't finish none of this.
That's why I sang that first part. That was it.
We also got sponsors anyway. Starting with Inner Server.
Oh yeah, InnerServer.net. Listen, guys. I know y'all need web hosting in these times. 65% off web hosting right now. $2.50 a month. You're not going to find those deals anywhere with 24/7 around the clock support. So you can call them 2 a.m. or 2 p.m. I mean, it's instant response too. So standard web hosting, very good. Has cloud VPN and VPS, has storage, and it gives you tips and tricks about how to use products. Okay.
Starting at $2.50 a month.
You just can't beat it.
Yeah. Up next, Razor.
DC.
Everybody has a computer. If you don't have a computer, go get yourself a computer. Better yet, I got a website where you can get your computer, Razor.com. Get your mouse, get your keyboards, get your electronics there. Not all electronics, but some electronics. Actually, you can get a phone from Razor. Razor, go get your stuff from Razor today. From mouse, keyboards, phones, mouse pads, anything you need from Razor, you can get it. You'll be a true gamer when you get it from Razor because everything has RGB. Your mama has RGB. I mean, you have RGB. Your mouse has RGB. So, Razor, go get your stuff from there today.
Every time you say Razor, it's like I feel like you're referring to me, and my brain is going like haywire trying to keep up.
That's a joke. That's a joke, Alan. All I'm funny for that is the joke.
Like you're like Razor this, Razor that. I'm like shit. What? Like, slow down.
Whoa! Slow down. Nah, man. The games don't stop. Gamer blood don't stop. Gamer blood keeps going.
This is already our best episode we've had with you, Razor.
Yeah. Not only we came back strong, Razor came back strong. Also, Razor had copied me with that whole thing he did with his friends.
Oh God!
I forgot about that.
Well, to be fair, you did say that you'd invite me back when you guys got this started again, and you've kept your word. So I'll give you that.
Yay!
Yeah.
Up next, Get Response.
Get Response. I actually got a lot of people into using this, so that's really good. Basically, I don't know why he's scrolling. Minnows.
Yes.
Back to the top. Thank you. It's about market solutions for what you need to do. Grow your audience, engage with customers, sell your knowledge, boost online sales with marketing service that does the job for you. Get Response. You can sign up for absolutely free.
Yeah.
Why are you waiting? Go ahead.
Yeah, go right ahead. Or you can just call.
Not now. They got to listen.
Or you
They
can
got to
just
listen first.
or you can just email Nicole San Diego, but that'll be a pretty hefty price. Speaking of which, she also has the designers, her instrumental only channel. I don't know, alongside her own. Be sure to drop by there if you're interested.
Nice.
And that's
Cool.
about it for the stuff. Before anything else to go on before we go to the show proper.
Nah, that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, check out RazorBlade Mango's channel. I mean,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I have can I do like a tiny bit of self-promotion? Just a little bit.
Go ahead.
I got a new video coming out tomorrow morning about an indie game I hope people check out, especially if they have Game Pass, called Last Stop, because I liked it quite a bit.
All right.
Oh, sweet. Definitely looking forward to it.
Oh. Yeah.
Now to put
And now I gotta mute myself real quick. I'll be right back.
All right.
Ordering more food.
Call the Wendy's is strong.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so where's that topic though?
All right, we're going straight to the top stories today.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Yeesh. Extra yeesh.
Yeah.
So, Activision Blizzard. Activision Blizzard got sued for sexual harassment, discrimination against women, and other frat boy style behavior, including allegedly driving one to suicide. The lawsuit filed on July 20th at the Los Angeles Superior Court accused that the women at Activision Blizzard suffered under a quote-unquote pervasive frat boy workplace culture. This also involved a pub crawl where male employees would drink copious amounts of alcohol as they crawled their way through various cubicles and office and engage in inappropriate behavior toward female employees. And to quote the other part, the most damning accusation happens to be the female Activision employee committing suicide on a company trip after a sexual relationship with her male supervisor and allegedly subjected to intense sexual harassment. The suit claims police discovered a heat bra, butt plug, and lubricant. The employee had previously suffered a bunch of sexual harassment, including male coworkers spreading pictures of her vagina at the company holiday party.
What?
Wait, we can't say that word right now on this podcast. We say that in EX episodes.
Oh, sorry.
Well, there goes your channel. It wasn't me that ended
it.
Thankfully, far worse was said.
I'm just gonna say this. Dang.
Yeah.
It's a tough subject to talk about.
Yeah, I have to choose my words carefully because no matter what you say, you're gonna be
Yeah.
Yeah.
taking someone off.
Yeah, you're totally gonna tick the others off. Then again, we're a video game podcast by itself. We tick them off anyway, regardless.
Yeah.
I
So
could say some reckless stuff. I don't mind getting harassed.
So basically, Activision Blizzard. I mean, and this is not a strictly gaming industry thing. This is just the industry in general.
Right.
Gaming, movies. You just see all this stuff happen, and it's really weird because when shows or movies or games try to like tackle this subject matter, they end up getting canceled. Like, look at that game that's whole Kickstarter and stuff was locked out because of them covering the casting couch. This kind of just...
No, their plot involved the casting couch.
Yeah, exactly. Just saying it had the casting couch. Oh my gosh. So they got blocked out. Essentially soft canceled. You just see this and you're like, this is actually happening in the workplace. And this stuff is happening against people. And I don't know. I feel like the problem with it is everyone keeps acting as if it's not a thing, and they just kind of, I don't know. These topics just always upset me, and this is one of the reasons why I call California California. I just don't like it. It's not a good thing. Nothing against the people there. It's just, I don't know. It's just.
Yeah, they're that messed up.
It's just really weird. I just don't know.
As someone who lives in California, the mindset of a lot of us around here, not I like to think, not myself, but I don't know, that like there is literally no other places that exist outside of California.
Yeah,
it's like we're our own little like incubated environment, which is really strange.
Yeah. And that's what kind of alluded to. I'm glad you said it. Yeah, and that's just kind of where I've seen a lot of, and that's not everyone, because I know good people from Cali.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a place that's nice to visit, but it's just, I don't know, something about not all, but certain people living there, they just have this sort of mentality that's just weird. Maybe there's something in water. I don't know.
Yeah. There's definitely something going on for California to be this infamous.
It's just, they're always in topics,
Yeah.
Also, there's none in the water because they barely have any. Hey,
Not wrong, yeah.
But I don't know.
It's kind of evaporated for all the fires they get every week.
Like, I don't feel like, they're always in news about something, whether it be gaming, something stupid on the news. I don't really understand. It's said to be the most progressive state in the U.S., but I don't.
Yeah. I honestly would have been extra skeptical of the. I would honestly would have been extra skeptical of this, and just wrote this off as Holtz was taking advantage of a terminally ill society. But if it weren't for the suicide part, but on the other hand, Activision Blizzard has been part of this woke cabal that not only endorsed the very former, they also this whole time had a rules for thee, not for me mentality, and for this junk and a lot more, they honestly had their downfall coming.
I'm stupid. Which one has Hollywood? Is it California that has Hollywood?
California.
Yes, California has Hollywood.
I have Hollywood too.
I'm not surprised that a lot of people got that mentality. I'm not surprised. Really not. But
I thought it was limited to Hollywood, but I know better now.
I don't know. Yeah, there's worse parts of California than LA. Trust me.
Yeah.
But
go to San Francisco.
You want me to give my 2 cents? You want to give my 2 cents, or you want me to?
Please do.
Or I'm gonna go.
Oh yeah.
So, somebody died. So this situation is very, very serious.
Mm-hmm.
It really stems from how the game development business, not just Blizzard side, because this can also happen to all the other game development or even non-game developer stuff. Yeah, movies and all that stuff. This business is very serious, and I really do not like how it's a little unregulated. I really wish that there's like, I don't know, like more like
Union?
employees. Somebody like employees or crew members, anything can like speak to somebody and get. I feel like it's like somebody needs to speak out more about this, so it can. I want to say, effort. I'm gonna say it needs to be regulated a bit more, because this shouldn't have happened. This should not happen at all, because everybody knows HR. If you go and try to talk to HR will not help with any situation.
Yeah.
And then you want to talk to your boss and help him, but how can you talk to your boss if your boss is in on it? And you can't just quit that job because you need the money to pay your bills. You need to make ends meet.
Yeah.
So there needs to be, and I think, this has been talked about a lot, even in the past, that the game, like for game development, there needs to be a union or something. Like something needs to happen, because that's more. What did I say? Because I'm trying to include the whole lot. It's not just the game development industry. I do hear it's a lot in the entertainment industry, but there needs to be some type of union. There needs to be some type of something needs to happen to help regulate it. Because before the woman died, and that's in the but all this is allegedly. That I'm gonna just say this to completely protect us. Everything we hear is allegedly. I did hear some from Blizzard. One of the CEOs confirmed it, but I'm going to just say allegedly because I need to look into it more.
She did commit suicide, but it's alleged the reason for it.
Yeah. There should not be this. She should not have committed suicide for working. I can see what she's saying. This is a hard topic because I'm not trying to be, she shouldn't have committed suicide in the first place because I don't know her.
Yeah.
I don't know her at all.
No one knows anyone in there. Yeah. And here's the trip. Anyone that would have either been regulated this or had actual passion for the product left literal decades ago in the case of Activision Blizzard.
Oh, yeah. Blizzard is really just like a hollow shell of itself at this point.
They beat it a whole long time ago.
During the Activision merger, a lot of their top talent left.
Yeah.
And then the CEOs, I think both of the CEOs apologized. One of them actually meant something. I think Bobby Kotick tried to apologize, but it came out as off. Did Bobby Kotick apologize? Because I
haven't heard an apology from him yet.
He did a tweet, but it wasn't either. Sort of a tweet of just sort of. We respect everyone. The standard Bobby Kotick speak. Kind of.
Oh, so it meant jack shit. All right, cool.
Yeah.
That man just has like the face of a scumbag. Just look at him, and he just looks like a toad. Like you just look at him, and it's like, yeah, dude, you've definitely done some shady shit in your time.
He looks evil. He does look evil as fuck. Like he looks
totally.
He looks like a Bond villain.
Yeah, he really does. It's crazy.
But what was the?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I saw a response from not the Blizzard president, but it was from one of the higher ups in Activision, and it was like the most tone deaf bad thing that they could have possibly said, and it just looked terrible.
Are you talking about a dude who doesn't blink?
No, it was a woman.
Oh, okay. I think you're talking about a dude who don't blink.
No. It was a woman who said.
Let me see if I can look this up. Let me see if I think you think of the exact.
And she made some kind of analogy to what's going on with Activision to like cancel. I think it was like cancel culture or something. And I was like, no. Oh, here, I think I found it. I think this is it. Activision Blizzard executive Fran Townsend. Any of y'all want to read this, or are you cool with me?
You go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay.
No. You can read that one. I'm gonna use not Mike Moriarty, the other Blizzard execs. I'm gonna see if I can find his.
So let's see. The part that I was like, what? When I like kind of like raised my eyebrows a little bit was, let me see. Where was it? So, as the executive sponsor of the ABK Employees Women's Network and our chief compliance officer, I wanted to reach out to you. I know this has been difficult for many of us. A recently filed lawsuit presented a distorted and untrue picture of our company, including factually incorrect, old, and out of context stories, some from more than a decade ago. And then there was something else that I had read that she said, but I'm not finding it in this particular email. It was like a quote that I saw passed around that I was like, huh? What? Let's see.
Do you remember her name?
It was this woman, this Fran Townsend, but I don't know if it was in the email that got sent out. But that's what I've got so far. That it was like the Blizzard president sent out like a much more like kind of like more personalized email, one that actually sounds like it was written by like a human being of sorts. And then you get to, oh, I forgot I have Jason Schreier blocked. Hold on.
Oh, dang.
He's a fucking asshole. I don't want to.
It's all good.
No, I didn't. Just a quick aside. I didn't like when
Jason
was,
Schreier? No.
The dude who had plagiarized, and he was just making his own review later on his own channel.
Oh, Philip Mooson.
Yeah.
Philip Mooson.
Jason Schreier came at him for no reason. Like, bro, he apologized for it and was making his own review of it, an actual review. He's not trying to get back in the industry.
Yeah.
He literally apologized and said, I know I'm not going to be walking back. I'm just doing this for myself.
For like as much about like a supposedly hard-hitting journalist as Schreier is, like his ego is about as fragile as like a glass, like a small tiny little glass panel that you could blow on and it would just shatter. Like, he blocks anyone who even has like a mild criticism of his work.
He had blocked David Jaffe at one point. He blocked David Jaffe at one point.
Oh yeah, David Jaffe hates him, which I completely understand why.
Yeah, blocked David Jaffe.
Oh, Jaffe don't give a fuck. Jaffe's like, whatever, dude. Go ahead. I'm not a big David Jaffe fan either, but I thought that was hilarious. But anyway, I probably maybe misspoke on that particular. But there was like a quote that I saw that I just kind of like raised my eyebrow, like it was like the cartoon dog, like, huh? Yeah. But I can't find it right now. So please don't let my rambling break away from.
So former Blizzard CEO says he failed women at the studio. I think it was Mike Moriam.
Yeah,
I'm saying that. Yeah, pretty much he issued out an apology. The ex Blizzard CEO, he issued out an apology that he didn't like. It is the responsibility of leadership to stamp out toxicity and harassment in any form across the levels of the company. He wrote that on Twitter. To Blizzard women who experience any of these, I am extremely sorry that I failed you. Real people have been harmed, and some women had terrible experiences. So I just want to go out and say that.
Yeah.
One of them at least said something. He said he was sorry. That doesn't excuse the behavior, but at least he came out and said he's sorry.
To prove that they have some humans working for them.
Yeah. It's tough to talk about an issue like this. One, because there are just so many factors to it. Two, because we only have like we even like the people that are writing about this, they only have secondhand knowledge of what happened. It's not like we can ever get reporting that is 100%, maybe not 100% factually accurate, because there's always going to be some kind of bullshit in there from one side or the other, possibly. But it's tough to talk about just because it's like you have to put in like asterisks every time. It's almost like you have to put an asterisk every time you have to you say a sentence, and then that asterisk has another asterisk attached to it. Like it's just such like because it's like walking through a minefield talking about something like this.
Because all this is still alleged.
Yeah, it's alleged, but like you'll say like, oh, allegedly this person did this, and I don't want to condemn this yet because it's alleged. And then you'll have somebody that will go, oh, well, why would you not say it's alleged? You don't believe all women? And it's like, it just becomes this like huge like blow up. Just like it's like I just said alleged shit. Like, and then it's the other way around too. Like when you say like, yeah, fuck these people, they suck. And then you have the other crowd that comes in and is like, oh, like you said that you like, why would you dare criticize Activision Blizzard? They said they've done nothing wrong. I don't know. And I'm like, it's like, okay, shit. Like, it's just tough to talk about something like this. It really is.
This is literally two snakes from the same cabal eating each other, aka two tyrants fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the worst part about this is what's going to happen. You want to talk about this for a few months and then just go back to supporting Activision Blizzard.
Yep, exactly.
They're going to support King. Yep. You know who Activision now owns, King. They're going to support all these things under Activision, and nothing's going to be done. And they're going to go back and make money hand over fist like they all have been doing. And that's just the worst part about this.
Yeah. How many of these websites? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And the most notable of this, extremely good chances they'll totally triple down on wokeness, especially within their product. And the other trip of it is there's far too many consumers that Activision Blizzard has.
Yeah,
they're still gonna buy their crap after this.
So I was
like
gonna
they
say,
own Candy Crush and Bubble Witch and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say is because it's like a lot of factors to this. I'm just gonna say this: we just condemn the behavior. None of this shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
I don't know how old these people are. They should have kept the business, kept it professional. And the problem was they didn't. And that's why the news broke out. And even if it's allegedly or it's like claimed to be false, I have a feeling there's some factors to it.
I will also applaud any mainstream website that wants to not cover the next Call of Duty game or the next big Blizzard thing, like whether it's Overwatch 2 or Diablo 4. I will 100% support any. I don't even care if it's like the internet's cumrag Kotaku. I don't care if it's that. If they will say we will no longer write stories about Activision except in this context, we're not going to cover the next COD. We're not going to do any of this shit with Overwatch or Crash. It's like, okay, good. Like that's great. But how many of these mainstream websites are going to like be asked how high and jump when the next COD is announced? Because they can't break away from that revenue that site is going to get from the clicks.
And that's what I was saying.
Yeah. It's the same thing with Ubisoft. It's like okay, if you really hate Ubisoft this much and you hate what they're allegedly doing with the sexual harassment there, then don't review the next Assassin's Creed. Don't do like a million fucking previews of the next Far Cry. Don't do a million previews of whatever garbage live service they come out with next. Just ignore them. Just ignore them.
I got better, Mango. What you're trying to say is if you don't like a game or a company of their business practice or anything, do not fill their wall.
Right.
Do not buy the game. Do not support them.
Well, it's like I saw this story today too that that players inside of World of Warcraft were like allegedly like sitting in like as a protest, and I'm like, why the fuck are you playing the game to begin with? Like that's like if you really want to protest it, don't turn on the damn app and play the damn game. Just don't play it. Just why are you giving them that like the player count to have as a number in there just to sit there and do nothing? It's like that's not gonna help. You playing their game and then just like, oh, I guess I won't play the game. And I was like, no, asshole, you're playing the game. Like, what the fuck? Like, it makes no sense.
Listen here, sports gamers. Listen to what he said.
Yeah.
If you buy the game, you're helping them. If you don't buy the game, you're hurting them. It's not hard. It's not hard to think
It's
about.
not rocket surgery.
All it takes is the mindset of let me spend my now 70. Let me spend my 60 or 70 or 90 or whatever $100 that I would spend on like the Ultimate Edition of COD or the Ultimate Edition of FIFA. Let me just spend it on something else this year. That's all it takes. Just skip out on a year. It's not Red Dead 2 where we're waiting like 8 years for the sequel or the prequel in Red Dead's case, but it's not like that. This shit comes out every year. You can skip a year, and I promise you, anyone out there who's listening, I promise you, if you skip this year, and enough people do it, you will see repercussions, because they're these are their golden gooses, and if you dent them enough, then they will change. Like something will happen. I promise you. Like people have more power than they actually think they do. But mimetically, it will never happen because then people don't care, and then they just go, "Oh, COD, go boom," and then buy the next one.
Yeah, I mean, you truly dislike, like, for example, Electronic Arts felt this once, like when they released Star Wars Battlefront, no one bought it, so they took out all that stuff people hated, and people started buying it. And why did Electronic Arts do that? Because they saw, hey, wait, we're not selling. Let's actually do something pro-consumer.
Yeah. There's a reason why Assassin's Creed skipped a year between Syndicate and Origins. It's because Syndicate did not do well financially. So that woke Ubisoft up to say, we need to try something else.
And ultimately, Syndicate was a decent game, but the reason why it didn't do well was because a lot of people were burnt by Unity.
Yeah.
That game was trash.
Activision, like the main Activision. Before you go off and try to split up, like, oh, that's Activision Blizzard, that's their thing. Same thing. You bought that company. You're under their leadership, so you get bite too. So you
oh, sorry, I was about to jump. Good.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
The thing that I want to say too is that, like, look, no one can be perfect as well. Like, I've been guilty of buying games from companies that are terrible. Like, I've bought Activision Blizzard games before. Like, I've bought EA games before. Rarely, but it's happened. Like, I bought what was the Ubisoft's game? The Immortals Phoenix Rising. Like, I bought that, not at full price, but I got it.
Oh yeah,
and I played it.
It's cheap, pretty good game.
I got the Ultimate Edition for like $20.
Yeah,
we're that far down.
Yeah, and it's like, you don't have to be perfect in order to make a difference with this. It's like, and it's okay. It's okay if you really want to play, if you really genuinely want to play the next COD. I'm not going to call you a piece of shit for buying it, But at the same time, if you're complaining about these games year after year, but you still buy them, it's like, at this point, it's like, yeah, you are part of the problem. I'm sorry, it's true. But, like, I'm not going to name who it is, but I have a friend who, like, bashed the shit out of Cold War, the last Call of Duty, and said it was just it sucked. And I'm like, all right, well, don't buy this, whatever the next, what's the new one going to be called? Like Vanguard, Rumored or something like that? The World War II one,
yeah,
whatever.
I don't remember what.
Oh, okay. But like, I'm like, okay, then don't buy the new one. But then he goes, well, I'll buy it for zombies. And I'm like, no, that's how they get you. Like, why? And he's like, oh, well, I would just play it for zombies. I'm not going to play it for anything else. And I'm like, no, but you're still giving them that $60. You're still encouraging them in that way.
You're
still consuming.
Yeah.
You're still consuming. You consumer.
Yeah. Like I'll bitch and complain about shit that Square Enix has done all day and night, but at the end of the day, I will admittedly say that I'm part of the problem because I will still buy some of their stuff at full price. Sometimes.
That's what me and DC were talking about, the whole Pokemon situation.
Yeah, but this happened.
Like, yes, it sucks, but we keep buying it, so we're part of the problem.
Yeah, this happened with Sword and Shield. You know what happened? We still consumed.
Yeah, DC said bad. I said bad too because I know I'm
Same.
I bought it too,
and in 4K too.
And Sonic, I keep buying Sonic, even though Sonic keeps getting worse all the time. I'm part of the problem, but Yeah, no. It is what it is.
It's, this new Diamond and Pearl remake does not have a single love into it. I can tell you right now, there is no. They even gave it to a side team to tell them to do it. There is no love. It looks bad.
I forgot
But I'm
all
still
about
gonna
that.
buy. Yeah, I'm still gonna buy it anyway.
Yeah, guess who's
Yeah.
still buying it? Me and DC.
And it comes
me.
out this year too. By the
I'm
way,
not gonna sit here and fret and say I'm not. I know I'm getting it. You know, this.
And
Yeah.
these companies know how to manipulate people because of that, like, emotional investment in a franchise. Like, that's the sad part. It's like they know, and I bet you these companies have like psychologists on hand to tell them how people tick. Like, that's how they've made their money over the years, because they feed into that. And it's tough to break away from it. I get it, but at the same time, if you really feel like I don't feel Square, at least not yet. I don't think Square Enix is on the level of like Activision or Ubisoft when it comes to like
definitely.
really pushing the boat out on this stuff. Like, but at the same time, it's like if you really feel like a company is just like terrible and shit, and you hate them, then just wait it out. You'll get a better. Buy it used. Like, if you want to play the game but you don't want to support, buy it used. They're not going to get a single cent of that money.
Yeah, that's why I be telling them, like, just buy games used.
Yeah.
You know, and like if you can get on Game Pass, get on Game Pass.
Yeah,
that's
too.
Game Pass.
get on Game Pass. It's on Game Pass. Just get it.
Yeah.
Like, there's just so many ways you could do this where you're not supporting them directly. You know, and just do that. You know, and you know. And I know there's the argument brought up, well, what about the good people who work there? You know, their paychecks probably suffer and all this stuff. I'm like, at the end of the day, companies, they can only lay off so many people. So at some point, they're going to be like, you know what? You need people to work. So we're just going to have to, you know, change some of our practices because no one's, you know, messing with us.
And I know this is going to sound cruel, but someone else's paycheck working at these companies is not my problem. Like, I do not care when it comes to my own financial decisions on like what I buy.
Exactly.
Like, I don't buy games based on a worry that someone won't get paid at Blizzard or something. I don't give a shit. And I know people personally that work at Blizzard. I know people personally that work at Obsidian. I know people personally that work at In Exile that just actually moved to my hometown recently. Yeah. But like, I know people that work in Sony as well, and it's like, I'm sorry, like, I don't care about your paycheck when it comes to what games I buy. That does not influence my decision. And it shouldn't.
Want to know the kicker of all that is? Yeah. They still get paid making the game. They just get a bonus if you buy the game.
Well, they get a bonus if they have the Metacritic score that's high enough.
Yes.
Yeah, I know 2 people personally who work at King. You know, Candy Crush and all that stuff. You know, and you know, it is, you know, sort of it is what it is. You know, I'm not uncaring. It's just like I care more. You know, like as far as finances, these finances are my own money. I got myself. So
yeah,
you know, how I decide to use it, how I decide to use it.
Yep.
Shitty companies, stop supporting shitty companies, and then be like, no, stop being hypocrites about you don't want to support a shitty company, but you still do.
Well, that's
stop.
That's the thing that bothers me about this story is that, like, all these companies will like you know, the usuals like Kotaku, IGN, GameSpot, Eurogamer, Polygon, Verge, like all these companies will jump on this story and report it, and it should be reported, absolutely. But then the very next month, they will forget all about it and start parroting the next game coming from these companies.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Is people get amnesia? Like, you know, this is not the first time companies done this. Like, Electronic Arts has been outed multiple times. You know, and it's just, you know, they go back to doing what they do, and I don't know. It's just so many times I see this, and people just go back to oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna support this game because, you know, I love Battlefield, I love FIFA, I love blah blah blah. I'm like, but this company. No, you just asked me to talk about them.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I was about to say, I'll give you a ton of examples. EA with the whole Anthem situation. Damn near borderline people like working ends meet. Like, people didn't even go home. And they had to work countless weekends. People crying because they don't even know what to do. Like, they were fed. It was at the point where they were just fed up, and they
Yeah.
couldn't leave. And
And
now what? Everybody forgot about that because they announced the new Battlefield. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool, bro.
They had a room dedicated to having a mental breakdown. Think about that, Bioware. Allegedly, they had a room where you would go, and like that was designated for you to go and have a breakdown and then go back to work. Like, think about that.
I mean, so does Amazon. They have the booths.
Yeah. That's how fucked up this is.
That is not normal.
Yeah.
It's far from normal.
Yeah.
No, and that's the problem is, like, people, these stories are sad, but the problem is people are still going to support them later on.
Yeah.
Like, everyone got mad about Foxconn, you know, oh, they have children work for them, oh, you know, all this stuff. And, you know, people still getting iPhones, still getting different Androids, you know. I think the only company, well, there's like two big companies, but one of the bigger companies that stopped working with Foxconn was Nintendo. And it's not because Nintendo didn't know what they're doing. Nintendo, I'm pretty sure, didn't know. It's just when it became public knowledge, like, oh, for good faith, let's stop working with this company. But, you know.
Yeah.
It's
oh, sorry. Yeah.
I don't know. I might sound cynical, but this keeps happening.
No, you have every right to be cynical. No one has any reason. No one has any justifiable reason to be optimistic about the video game industry, or at least like the AAA side of it.
Especially the AAA side.
It's the entertainment industry in the whole. Go ahead.
It's like the thing that was really telling to me is like all the blow up that happened with BlizzCon when they banned the guy from saying free Hong Kong during the I think it was the Hearthstone tournament. Is that when he said it?
Yeah.
The Blitzchung
said
disaster.
That, and then you have that, and you have the like the president coming out there and saying this like terrible mealy mouthed kind of a half-hearted apology, like this giant like people were like fuck Blizzard, and yet the very next year people were like losing their fucking shit over like a Diablo 4 trailer. And I'm like, who cares? Like are you really like that inept? Like mentally mentally underdeveloped to where you're just going to immediately forget about the shit that they did? Cuz I don't remember which video I said it in a while ago. I said it in like one of the more recent videos, but like gamers like to think that they hold these companies to account. And some do, thank God, but most of them forget very easily because they don't want to keep up the pressure. They get tired of it, and then they get mad at the people that are keeping up the pressure. It's a cycle. It's just a vicious cycle.
Nintendo fans is another example of that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. If it
isn't the companies, it's totally the communities.
Yeah. It's these corporations, and I'm sorry to go off on this tangent because it irritates the shit out of me when people complain about something and there is no repercussions for these companies. There's very rarely any like actual repercussions. Like Cyberpunk, we had like months upon months upon months upon months of like negative coverage for Cyberpunk. Well, rightfully so, Cyberpunk 2077. It literally did not work on the PS4 and Xbox One. It was trash on those consoles. They lied about the quality of it. They tried to pull the wool over people's eyes by giving paid-off reviewers their own B-roll footage to use, which I don't think I've ever seen this before. Where in a contract with these, and I don't trust a single person that took this contract now, they could not show their own footage of the game in their own reviews if they wanted to get an early copy. Like, I've never heard of that with any other company, any other like big company like that. And yet, what happened 6 months later when finally they brought PlayStation Store finally allowed Cyberpunk back on? Oh, it shot to the top of the charts. It's like the #1 selling game for that month by like long stretch on the PS4. Yeah.
Wait, really? That happened?
Yeah. If you go to the June bestsellers for PS4 on PlayStation's own like blog, it like shot up into #1. No one learned a fucking thing.
It's not functional on base systems.
No
you
one
can't play it on base systems.
Let me look this up. I'm sorry. I have to double check because I'm 99.9% sure it was the #1 bestseller for June.
Let me boot up my PS5. I gotta see this.
Yeah, it was eye-opening to see that. It was demoralizing to see that because it's like, wow, like what I say does not matter at all. There's like just looking at yeah, here we go. PlayStation Store, June 2021's top download. So obviously the #1 for PS5 is Rift Apart, obviously. Yeah. #1.
I'm on that page right now.
In both USA and Europe. Cyberpunk motherfucking 2077. Above Grand Theft Auto 5, NBA 2K21, Minecraft, Cold War, MLB The Show, like above all that, #1 on PS4. Is broken as shit on PS4. And it's #1.
What the hell are some of y'all people smoking?
Yeah.
That's all I want to know. You can't even play the. You can damn near can't even play the.
Dear God! I'm on that page right now. And I see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That shit is depressing because
it's sad. Like after all the months, all the articles, all the negative like stuff that CDPR got hit with, rightfully so got hit with, all the walkbacking they had to do, all the mea culpas they had to do. Is there any accountability? No. Absolutely not. None on our end. It's just no, instant reward for lying and bullshitting for years. You get millions upon millions upon millions of dollars for lying.
And they still consumed.
We're sorry. And then put out the game and I still buy
that's exactly what's going to happen with this Activision Blizzard thing. Is that this will be a big deal for about a month. And it should be a big deal for as long as Activision Blizzard is in business. But you know, especially if these are true, which I'm like mostly sure that at least like some of these are true, then like this should be a big deal for them till the end of time that they abused people, that they in the case of EA and BioWare, they had a room dedicated to mental breakdowns, and yet people are hyped for the next Mass Effect and Dragon Age. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. It's bullshit.
That's how you also know that cancel culture is nothing but shit.
Yeah. The wrong people get canceled most of the time.
Yep.
It's these companies that should get canceled. But no, these companies, then these other websites, these IGNs, these GameSpots, they all just jump right back through the hoop when the next state of play rolls around. Oh, the next Call of Duty got announced. Oh, sexual harassment? Nah, we don't remember that. It's all about Call of Duty 2 or World War 2 or whatever the fuck the new one's going to be called.
But hey, Razor, it just works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just works.
Just works.
Just like what Tad Howard said.
Yeah.
Yep. Just works.
Fuck the Oscars because we can now worse them. Yeah, damn.
That guy, Joseph Fares, I want him to run every video game company out there. Because unlike most of them, he actually makes good games.
He makes the best. His team makes the best co-op games in a realm where AAA companies can't even get a good, decent co-op game out there.
Somehow.
It Takes Two is a damn good game.
It Takes Two is a masterpiece in my eyes.
Yeah, but yeah, I didn't want to spend too much time on this topic. It was so important to me that I just felt like I had to say every piece I felt because I don't know. And you're still gonna have probably people watch this podcast and try to misconstrue what we say and say either we were victim blaming or we were siding with the victim with no evidence or blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I don't care. If you feel like that, just leave the channel. I won't miss. Honestly.
Yes, and if you're feeling suicidal or if you have suicidal thoughts, we would like to let you know that please try to call the suicide prevention hotline and just talk to them or talk to a family. You know, just go get some help. Try to talk to them about
that and talk to someone closest to you. But do both, please.
Because somebody cares. If you don't think that you don't care, I'm telling you, somebody cares.
Yeah.
I think that topic was morbid. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And I said the worst part is people gonna forget it in like 2 months.
Yep.
God,
Yeah.
The new Call of Duty's out.
this world has made me so
I'm
cynical.
Ugh.
I'm
The
gonna
worst
remember
part of
this
this
when
is
the
people
next
still
BlizzCon rolls
consume.
around. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna remember this when the next BlizzCon rolls around and there's like announcements of Overwatch 2 and whatever, Diablo 4 and the new. Oh yeah, don't they have a new Diablo remake coming out like next month or something, or like September?
Diablo 2 Resurrection.
Yeah, when that
Yeah,
is
I
getting
think
its
so.
marketing, none of these big websites are going to give a flying fuck about the fact that these allegations are out there.
Yeah. And the trip is that and the trip is a lot of Valkyrie already happened within those versions.
Mm-hmm.
And you know there's going to be a lot more.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh my god.
And here's the trip, they'll still consume.
Yeah. That's the part that scares me the most about this, is that I'm worried that this isn't even the worst it's gotten with some of this. Like, it may not be Activision Blizzard, but somewhere out there in one of these companies, I wouldn't be surprised if there were like worse things going on than what's being brought in these lawsuits.
I don't want to be that guy, but it's the human race. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's power. Power is a trip.
Yeah, power trip. Like if you're a company, if you're a CEO in a company, you feel like you could do anything you want and shut people up. Oh yeah, it can get bad.
Yeah, humans aren't made to handle this kind of this level of power and control over other people. It does weird things to us.
That's why millionaires should not be. That's why I wouldn't say they should be millionaires, but at some point, when you're a millionaire, at some point you have to stop.
Yeah,
it's a legal thing for you to stop.
Yeah. It always goes wrong, sadly.
Yeah. I hope we have more pleasant. I don't know what the future topics are, but I hope there's something.
Don't worry. Don't worry. This very next one is quote extremely positive. And not only it's extremely positive, it actually connects to the last one.
Okay.
Now that Final Fantasy XIV has a lot more customers, they had to introduce a logout timer in order to alleviate server congestion caused by the ever-growing player base. And this has been going on last week. You know this tripled this week.
So many people are playing our game that we had to kick people out. God damn.
Even I'm tempted. I don't even like MMOs, and I'm tempted to go into this someday.
Even I got a bit curious, and I'm not into MMOs that much. Well, these kinds.
Yeah. I will say, though, about Final Fantasy XIV, it's like, look, I have a thing on my channel where I don't let it go when a company, even if the game is good now, like a couple of years later, I don't let it go that a game released in like a trash state when it comes out.
Yeah, it's so trash they have to take out the show and re-release it.
Yeah, because I'm all about first impressions, and I like to I try to maintain some consistency with that, even if it's a game that I like now. Like, for example, I've been recently playing Sea of Thieves because of the Pirates of the Caribbean thing. And that is a good game. That is a fun game. But that does not excuse how it launched all those years ago. How terrible it was at launch.
Yeah, no content.
With that being said, Final Fantasy, like, the sheer, like, how they have, like, turned this ship around with Final Fantasy XIV is nothing short of a miracle. Like, when you look at how it was at launch, and I remember how it was at launch, like, I saw it firsthand when a friend of mine played it, and it was trash. It's impressive. And even I have to say, like, I feel like I think Final Fantasy XIV is the only, like, savior story where I will not hang over the failure on, like, the current people behind it. Because that was not Yoshida's fault. That literally was not his fault that this happened for the first time with 14. But yeah, I'm just impressed with 14. It has great music too, by the way. I have to shout out the music.
It's free. I think it's free until you hit level 60, I believe. So yeah, if you want to try it out. If people want to try it out, you can try it out for free until you hit level
Understood.
60
Yeah.
in the first expansion, I think. And then after that, then you have to pay per month, I think. Yeah.
To quote the articles, there's been 2 changes. The first one, the game will automatically boot players who are inactive for more than 30 minutes, at which point they'll have to queue and log in again in order to play, which will further expand the feature preemptively in order to access the accepted surge of logins for Endwalker in November forward. Second is the increase in login caps, which will allow a greater number of players to log in at a server at a given time. Specifically,
Okay.
Square Enix recently upgraded North American datasets to increase the login capabilities by 18K, about 150 players per server. Unquote.
Has there been any blowback to this?
Not that I've heard of.
Okay. Because I haven't heard anything, any like negative PR about this either. So people must seem to be like, okay.
I just want to also say that I'm like a 97s baby. I've been in the generations where games came out and they were actually incomplete. I fucking hate alpha releases so much and early access so bad. Just make a fucking full complete game, then sell me the game. Don't try to sell me the game where you don't even have anything in there. Please don't. Holy shit, that's a fucking bad thing that they just like customers just let them get away with that. I'm not gonna let you get away with that.
Are you talking about 14 in Gen?
No, I'm talking about games in early access.
Oh, okay.
Alphas. I think the only alpha game I ever bought was Hades, and even so, I didn't buy it until it had like a lot more content in the game. Before it was like out of alpha. That's when I bought it.
Yes, I bought that too before when it was in early access because Supergiant's like one of the few developers I'll trust on their word. One of the very few that I'm like, okay, like I will entrust my $15 to you.
It wasn't expensive. The game was good. It is backed by a company that made Bastion. Yeah, did they make Bastion?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
But yeah, Final Fantasy 14. I mean, good on them for their success. I mean that game is the whole reason I'm like excited for Final Fantasy 16 at this point.
Because 15 sure didn't make me excited for nothing.
No.
Nope.
Yeah,
It
but
was fine. It was fine.
The first part of it is fine. The part that was by Nomura. The other part that you could tell wasn't Nomura.
Yeah. I'd say like the first hour and the last hour are like really good, and then everything else is like.
It's just funny because you could tell what parts he worked on, what parts he didn't. It was just so obvious. It was like,
that
this is...
anytime I think about that game, it's like reopening an old wound. It's just because those are some dark days for me, man. Just
I
like
money at that game.
Don't you want to get into a car with your friends and travel halfway across the map just to fight one monster to travel back to the gas station?
I also didn't want to wait literally like 15 minutes for the time to change just so I could snap a picture for some fat ass who's just standing there when he could take a picture.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's literally how I got burnt out at 15.
And I sure as hell don't want to drive halfway across the map to a city to then be thrown into a quest that's an ad for cup noodle.
The advertising in the game is just fucking the point.
Oh yeah. I think we even covered the cup noodle thing.
For the first 7 months, you could not switch characters. You could only play as Noctis.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Oh god. Yeah, I remember like I bought into it with Final Fantasy 15. I really did. I was like, everything about this looks so promising. It looks so good. And then I played it, and after those initial opening hours, I was like, something's wrong. I can feel it in my bones that something is wrong. And it just got worse and worse. And then you board that train and you get to that stealth level and it just took a massive nosedive after that.
That game was never meant to be 30 frames. I played that shit on 30 frames and it almost made me throw up. That was never meant. The game was never meant to be 30 frames.
Like I hope to God there is a because I played Final Fantasy VII Remake when that first came out at 30 frames, but I hope to God there's an actual 60 frames option for 16.
There is the update, the PS5 update.
No, 16, not 7 Remake.
I think there is for the if you have a stronger system, it'll bump up to 60. Yeah.
For Final Fantasy 16?
Final Fantasy 16.
Or for 7 Remake.
I'm thinking of 15, but for 16.
Oh, okay. I was talking about 16.
Yeah, 16 is on newer hardware, and you know it's going to be made specifically for newer hardware.
Yeah.
I think it should have 16.
That art style they're going for with like the graphics, that doesn't look very demanding either, unless that's like alpha footage. Yeah. Like it looks like 14 engine almost, which is fine. Like I don't care if it's like Naughty Dog level of pristine graphics. I don't care. I just want it to be a fun game. Like it could look like a fucking PS3 game actually no, after the Stranger of Paradise. Actually no, never mind. I don't want that. I don't want it to look like that. No thank you.
Chaos or a world.
Did y'all ever play that? I mean, I hate to get off topic, but did y'all ever play that?
Yes, I did. I played the whole fucking demo.
Did you like it?
It's Koei Tecmo, so I like the gameplay, but the graphics did not look good, buddy. It needs polish. It's clearly
yeah. It reminded me of when they first did like the alpha for Neo, and I really didn't like the alpha for Neo. But then when I played one of their later tests, I was like, okay, this is much better now. So I'm hoping it's like that for Stranger. What is it, Stranger Than Paradise or Stranger of Paradise? Some stupid Norma name or something.
Stranger of Paradise.
Stranger of Paradise, okay.
Well, I like to call Chaos versus Chaos.
Chaos.
I'm the generic protagonist ever.
Mm-hmm. But real quick, with Final Fantasy 16, that first trailer that they revealed at the PlayStation State of Play did not do it any good.
Really?
Oh, wow.
To me, that was a bad trailer.
Oh. See, I noticed like graphical flaws in it, like when the icon of fire is like tearing that guy apart. It's very obvious that the blood effects are like a placeholder. Like it looks very bad, but I don't know. I've got hope for this new one. Like I thought it looked really good. Surprisingly, I was just surprised we got more footage than I was expecting.
I hope that the next trailer wows me, but the first one didn't wow me. It probably it didn't grab me.
If it's the same writers as 14, because although I don't play 14, I've heard the storytelling in 14 is really good. So that's really all I want after 15. I just want something that's fun to play and has a really engaging story. Like that's what I want from Final Fantasy at this point.
Let me get off topic real quick. You know what? There's a Final Fantasy game that I want them to redo and make it better, and that's fucking Final Fantasy Dissidia. I don't know what happened. Take it back, redo the gameplay and the speed, and then give it back to me. Because I tried to play that thing. I don't know what the hell happened. It's just not. It's not good.
No, what made me sad about Dissidia? It doesn't have anything to do with the game itself, but like that was the only reference to Final Fantasy that they bothered to put in the 1.0 release of Kingdom Hearts 3. That was like the only one. Like you see like a cactuar at one point, and the Moogles are there obviously, but then in the Toy Story world, there's like this giant shelf that's just dedicated to Dissidia, and I was like, really? I get no Cloud, no Leon, no Yuffie, but I get this shit? Are you serious?
Yeah, I was shocked too. I was disappointed as well.
Listen, man, both Cloud and then Sephiroth later on decided to go to Smash instead of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
They said, yo, we're just going to be chilling in Smash real quick.
Yeah.
They were fine for too long. Oh, wait, Cloud, I think we're forgetting something. No, we weren't. Oh, well, carry on.
Exactly.
But it wasn't the story that made the game, that made Kingdom Hearts bad. It was the fact that the whole point of Kingdom Hearts, why everybody liked it, was the hard boss battles. It was literally the hard boss battles that everybody liked. Like, you go against Disney characters, and they're just hard as shit. And even Final Fantasy characters, that was hard as shit. There was just nothing in the third one.
Yeah,
that-
even the secret boss in 3 was a joke in the 1.0. Like, this is a joke. It wasn't until Remind that you actually got some fights that are like, oh my god, this is kicking my ass. Like, going against Yozora, holy shit. Like, that's like you're just like, that's like indescribably hard, that fight. Like, I can't even do it, and I've beaten like all the other secret bosses in the series, and I'm just like, I can't with this guy. He literally, like, he steals your Keyblade, and I'm like, no. Like, no.
Okay, that's cheating. That's cheating.
That's
No.
definitely
Steal-
cheating.
And then he can potentially steal your regen item, your one-time regen item. So even if you kill him, he revives to like half health if he steals it from you. Like, he's an absolute bastard.
Wow.
Yeah, it's they literally were like, let's make this the hardest Kingdom Hearts boss ever, and
I'm surprised
that's the
here
thing,
right
he
now.
was-
I'm surprised here right now
in the
because I
game,
stopped messing
also-
with the game. I stopped messing with the game and anything Sony entirely after the release, and which is why I'm shocked hearing this now.
Yeah, and it's Remind. I wouldn't recommend at $30. That's a bit of a stretch for what they were offering in it, but
No, that's gouging. That's price gouging.
for Yozora, that was awesome. Like, I didn't beat Yozora. I'm like, fuck this, when he steals your Keyblade. But when you watch like how he connects like supposedly to the future of the series, it makes me happy that he's there, because it's basically Nomura getting revenge for him getting kicked off Final Fantasy Versus 13. Which I'm like, go for it, dude. Put your weirdo Final Fantasy shit in Kingdom Hearts. I don't care at this point. Go for it, dude. Just have fun. I don't care anymore.
Also, fuck the company or fuck the business practice who thought it was a smart idea to take the ending from Kingdom Hearts, the real ending for Kingdom Hearts 3, repackage it and resell it.
Yeah.
I did not like that.
Yeah,
I don't know who thought that was a good idea.
Yeah, that I understand why it's not in the main campaign as like because it would really break up the pacing if they were to like cut away from Sora's journey into the final world. And that's really like what should be the focus. It should be, Sora, Donald, and Goofy going into Scala and fighting Xehanort, but
yeah.
All that other stuff, I'm like, that would have been nice if we had gotten that as like an unlock after we beat the game. Not spending another $30 fucking on it. And you do get other things besides that. To be fair, you get the secret boss fight, you get the data fights, all that. But it's like $30. Shit, like, ay. Not even Yuffie was that expensive. Yuffie was like $20.
I didn't buy it, but I didn't buy it, but is it true? Is young Noctis in the DLC?
In Remind?
Yeah.
No.
I'm not sure. Oh, all right. So
no, well, it's how do I explain this? It's so this is like way off topic from Final Fantasy 14, but it's so do any of you remember the old trailers for Versus 13 when you'd see Noctis in the limo in like when they're driving in the car by the city and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so they take that scene and they remake it with Yozora in it. And Yozora is supposed to be like Nomura's Noctis proxy in this world for Kingdom Hearts. Like, he basically took like his original idea for Noctis and said, fuck you, Square Enix, for taking me off this project. I'm now going to put that in Kingdom Hearts. And it's like literally a direct remake of part of that old Versus 13 trailer is the secret ending to the DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, directly remade. And there's like a ton of implications as to like what that could mean, but it's, I'm like an abused housewife when it comes to Kingdom Hearts. Like, they may beat me, but I'm still gonna go crawling back to it. Like, it's just, I've invested too much of myself in Hearts to go away now.
Kingdom Hearts consumer.
Right. Like Pokemon is to me as Kingdom Hearts is to you.
Yeah, same.
Like, I bought that fucking rhythm game at $60. That's how much of a Kingdom Hearts fan I am.
I bought
Yeah.
Rhythm game, but not at 60.
Oh,
I
you
wasn't like
baby,
that
I
with.
made it. Oh, no.
I wasn't like that with Kingdom Hearts anymore, but Pokemon, yeah, still consuming.
That's not a $60 game. That rhythm game was not worth 60.
I
It
know.
was
I know. I learned the hard way. But I needed to know what those story cutscenes were gonna be in there. I needed to see them.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see it.
And not go to at least in. Well, I can give you props for not going the lazy route, but still, this is consuming.
I know.
You could have did YouTube. Nah,
To be fair, I also wanted to get it just for the novelty of having a Kingdom Hearts game on the Switch. Just the fact that they're never gonna release the other ones on there. It's like, sure, all right, fine.
You remember how Microsoft got them to do it on Game Pass? Like they had to made a huge, like they had to do like, it was like not just paying for it. Like they had to do a whole bunch of steps for it to even come to Xbox, let alone Game Pass.
Yeah, I think people like really even now underestimate how big of a deal that is that Kingdom Hearts is on Xbox now. Like that's how far we've come. That now like all three of Square Enix's big money makers like Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy, and Kingdom Hearts are on Xbox now, which is like Dragon Quest in particular is weird to see on Game Pass. Like I'll go on like Game Pass for PC and I'll see it there and I'm just like I kind of have to like double check that I'm seeing things correctly. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe it's like my like old PlayStation semi fanboyish thinking from like when I was a kid, but it's like shit. This is weird. Like it's weird playing like I have Kingdom Hearts 3 on PC, and it's weird playing it with an Xbox controller. It just doesn't feel right. Like it's great. It looks amazing on PC. I would never want to go back to the PS4 version, but it's like especially with the mods, but it's like it just feels wrong. Like in my heart of hearts, it just feels wrong to play it with an Xbox controller.
Wait, is it a lot 30 on the PC, or is it a lot, or it could be 60 on the PC?
It's I think it's 60 on the PC, but it comes with the DLC, and I got it for $30 when it was on sale, plus the $10 Epic coupon.
You got it for a great deal. You got it for
wow.
I waited. There was no fucking way I was like, no, I'm not buying that again for $60. Square Enix already got my 80 and the DLC. I bought the deluxe edition of the DLC for that concert video that comes with that too.
Yeah.
So I am unashamedly, like maybe a little bit of shame, but I am a consumer, like full stop when it comes to Kingdom Hearts.
Oh no, it's fine. We all have our guilty pleasures. Like I said, Pokemon. Buy every single Pokemon game. Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield was shit. It could be way better, but still bought it anyway.
I will say this: I like Sword and Shield more than I like Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon just seemed soulless. I don't know why, but yeah.
Personally, Shield was
the next one.
Personally, Shield was worse than the Sun and Moon.
I never played Sun and Moon, so all I have is like Sword making me feel like I was back in preschool, like baby's first game or something.
Baby's first game, you did it.
Oh yeah. Man.
Where you have your rival who's like not a rival at all. It's like you're bullying the handicapped kid at school.
Mm-hmm.
Minnows, I'm looking at this next topic. What the heck is this thing? A different kind of workout.
What? Where?
Scroll all the way to the bottom.
Different kind of workout?
Oh, wait, at the bottom of the last article?
No, the third one. Like the comics part.
Yeah, the credit cards. Wait, the comics
credit
part?
Card, scroll down.
Uh-huh.
Scroll down to where it says comic. No, up a little bit.
Apparently, from the creators, the creator of Pokemon or creator of Game Freak did not believe into the Switch, and that's why the new Pokemon game, Sword and Shield, didn't come out better than it is because they just didn't believe it. So they had to make it at the last minute. That's their excuse.
On your part, let me show you. Let me show you what I see on my part.
Okay.
Right. Okay, let's see. Minimize that. This right here.
What is this? Oh my.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh
But,
my.
This is why I left the ad block on for Brave.
yeah, see, I was using Google Chrome this time. So
I
I
can tell you
Oh,
Can I
tell you a brave one now.
case closed. Case closed. No wonder I didn't see that.
I
yeah,
can tell you a brave one now, bud.
it's a different kind of workout, Razor.
Oh my.
Yeah, let's move to the next topic. This is a more than perfect time. But this
Okay.
one's a quick shot.
Nintendo
Nintendo.
removed credit card support from 3DS and Wii U eShop in Japan. Okay, both of those consoles are dead, so that's good, I guess.
Yeah, and you know this is gonna spread everywhere else.
Yeah,
Hey, at least they're giving more upfront warning compared to what Sony did with the PlayStation Store on PS3 and Vita and all that.
yeah, they got so
yeah.
much drawback. They had to come back and say, "Oh wait, we're sorry, guys."
Oh shit, people buy our games still? It's like, yeah, dipshit.
Yeah.
And it's not even the fact that it's dead. It's only dead in Japan. It's still alive everywhere else in the world. So you can still get it done. Get it done if you wanted to. Pretty much hurry up to get a Wii U before they cut it off in the United States.
Yeah.
3DS, you, like I said, in Japan they're closing down, they're removing credit card support. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Like it sucks for the people that still use the service, but at the same time, it's like I don't feel like there's not that immediate like knee-jerk reaction of like what when I see this. It's like, yeah, it makes sense. Like,
yeah, they're
kinda
still
like-
slowly putting
Yeah,
you
it
into
really
it.
makes
Still buy it.
sense. Especially now the Switch is still going incredibly strong.
oh yeah.
If you want to play Skyward Sword, the best way you could do is just buy a Wii U and just buy the Wii version off the Wii U for $20 instead of the $60. And they're trying to get you into buying it. I'm good, fam.
Oh yeah. Oh, totally. Thankfully, I already have one. Well,
It's still $20 on the Wii U, and they're trying to sell you a $60 version. Okay. Nintendo on some shit right now.
yeah.
Yeah, they're not locking fast travel behind a toy on the Wii version.
Nobody-
Oh, that's hilarious too. That amiibo got delayed, so that effectively like locked out a key feature, a key quality of life feature from Skyward Sword.
Oh, you remember when Nintendo said they wouldn't do that?
When was that?
When was that?
When they
Uh,
first released Amiibo, they said the Amiibo aren't gonna take place like DLC or anything like that.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, whoever said that clearly didn't get the memo from the higher ups at Nintendo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was actually Doug Bowser who said it.
Well, it's Bowser. I mean, yeah. It's in the
Oh,
name.
so I-
Oh
in trouble.
man, it's all in the name.
Yeah.
You know
His
they couldn't
junk
resist
isn't getting-
hiring him.
Shout out to Doug Bowser, man.
And
Nintendo
his junk
president
isn't getting
of,
copyright striked by Nintendo. He's lying out his ass.
Hey!
shout out to Nintendo because everybody wants to believe they're the family-friendly company, but they're just greedy as everybody else.
Man, they're
Wow.
like anytime I think Sony is fucking up with being too greedy, and they do, I just look at Nintendo and I'm like, well, at least they're not there yet. Like with Sony, it's like they're not there where they're like, hey, do you want fast travel in this remake that we're doing or remaster, half-ass remaster? Pay us another $25 for a toy, please. Like, the fuck? Like what?
I'm good.
The
I'm
remaster's
good.
already a full $60. What more do you
Yeah.
want from me?
The original game came out to be $40, and you're remastering.
It's a company that didn't add a way to back up saves for Animal Crossing until like 6 months after the game came out. Like, what in the hell is wrong with them? Like, I just want to know like who makes these decisions there, and I just want to like smack the shit out of them.
It's a company that's finally put an Ethernet port in their OLED.
Oh, that's another thing. That
It's at the permanent-
OLED model. Holy shit.
I will say this about Nintendo though. At least they waited 2 generations to release release a Skyward Sword, because Sony they released Last of Us remaster literally a year after.
Oh my god. Now, to be fair to Sony, and this is me like bending over backwards trying to do this. I've heard from sources that and this is like my own sources that I have from within Sony, and I don't often go like, well, my sources told me to. This is like one of the very rare times I'll say this from like people I actually know. Like, I've heard that Last of Us remake will actually like warrant like maybe a second purchase to some degree. I don't know what's going to change between now and when it actually comes out, but I've heard it's like it's not going to be like the Skyward Sword thing where they're just like, oh, rendered graphics just a little bit cleaner and you can now flick the button and it will move the sword, and that's that. It's going to be like much better than the Skyward Sword remaster.
Oh man.
In all fairness,
in other words, it's going to
if they make The Last of Us remaster, bundle all the DLC into one, I can see that. I think that's warrant the $60 with the Ellie side store and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but if it doesn't, oh no. And also,
change that ending too.
It's slated. You know the remake is slated to suck hot nuts right now.
My big fear with it is that it's going to be elements of it will be rewritten to reflect the TV show that's going to come out.
Oh man!
To make it more like consistent with that, and I'm just like, I hope to God that does not happen, because I don't want them to.
For TV show of Last of Us and Uncharted. You trying to write both? Wait, is Uncharted gonna have Tom Holland or something like that?
Oh God, don't get me. That's a whole nother topic. Don't get started on that.
Spider-Man.
Tom Holland literally came out and was like, "Oh, when I was playing Nathan Drake, I worried all about how my muscles would look and how stoic I would look and whether or not I was looking cool." While he's playing Nathan Drake, a sarcastic goofball who stumbles his way into situations like an idiot. Like, what fucking movie does Tom Holland think he is by trying to say, "Oh, I'm gonna be a stoic and slickly muscular Nathan Drake"? It's like, no, dude, no. This is gonna suck. Like, hardcore gonna suck.
Sony, the same company who's trying to get Japanese games off its platform because it's like sexual annotations, and then they let Last of Us 2 have a full sex scene.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, I don't have a problem with that. Like, I'm gonna be that guy. Like, I was not bothered by that sex scene, but it's hilarious that something like that is in one of their own games, but they have to blur out Trish's ass in Devil May Cry 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then they hard censor even well-dressed anime girls.
Yeah.
Also, we just had that Doki Doki Literature Club Plus incident where they turned Yuri's blood black in her suicide scene.
Did they really do that?
Yeah, they did that.
Yeah, they also censored Catherine. I don't know why you're trying to censor Catherine.
There is a platform that censored it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not buying. I recently got World Ends With You 2 on PS4. I hope to God I don't find out that there's something censored in that.
Lord knows there was. We've already found the anti-capitalism line that was slurped in the English version when the Japanese version said nothing of the sort. And that happened with the first game.
Yeah, there is one line. I'm playing through it right now. There is one line that does say like, "Oh, I don't want these graffitis supporting capitalism." I kind of just like rolled my eyes at that like a little bit.
When the Japanese version just basically said, "You know what? Screw this building. Let's tag it."
Yeah,
hang on
pretty
real
much.
Quick. The World War II 2 came out already?
Well, it's this is gonna make me sound like some like journalist asshole, but like I got an early copy of it through a friend of a friend, so.
Then I'm gonna keep on chest because I was like, I played that demo. The demo was amazing. I love that demo, by the way.
So far from what I've played, it was, to me so far, it's been worth the wait from the last one. Like it's really good. I really like it so far.
Oh my god! Like I said, I only had the demo. The demo was like really, really good. I hope you see if you saying it's good, I'm gonna take your word on it because I really want to play it.
I'm past the demo, and I would have. I'm gonna tell you, like, it's really good. Even past the demo, it's really good.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's why we get RazorBlade on. He brings in the knowledge. Also, he's gonna be singing Sugar on his channel.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Well, now the dust is settled, onward to the other Nintendo topic for tonight. Apparently, we got claimed that the Joy-Con drift problem is permanently solved with just one fix.
Really?
According to this video right here. Yeah, we're super skeptical, but still. According to that video right here, you have to unscrew the Joy-Cons. That one certain area on the joystick of that Joy-Con, and you just have to place a thick piece of paper onto it. Reassemble it back, and then you lose your drift.
Sounds like I lose my warranty too.
Yeah, you'll totally lose your warranty.
Whoa! Hang on. If you have to do that, isn't that a calibration error? Wouldn't there just be a calibration error? Or is that something different?
Rumble at all?
It can still. Yeah, from what I've heard, it can still rumble. It can still calibrate.
No. I'm saying if the Joy-Con drift happens, like if you have to open it up, put something on there because it's like pushed away. Wouldn't that technically be a calibration error? That's hardware made, or no?
Yeah.
Anybody know?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. As so right here. I had to transition back to show everyone this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, that sounds cool if it works. I'm not doing that. That does sound cool.
Neither am I.
Yeah, neither am I.
I'll just buy some new ones.
My Joy-Cons. These things are $70.
I'll just buy some new ones, or those special hoodie ones where they also look like, kind of look like the deluxe controller, except with the Joy-Cons.
This is the reason I'm scared to open and actually use my Skyward Sword Joy-Cons, because I want to use these things because they look cool, but I don't want to deal with the drifting bullshit that's eventually going to come to them.
Yeah, totally.
I'm gonna give Nintendo shit and PlayStation, Xbox shit because y'all make these controllers. The only way we can make it accessible to play the games with, you have done nothing to fix your sticks to prevent this problem.
Yeah.
This
they could have just added that sort of pressure onto the brand new ones, but no. It took someone like VK's Challenge to do this. Shout out to him now.
It's not just that. It's the fact that we finally made a fix and they figured out what the fix was. And Nintendo's acting like... oh, we didn't know anything and that shit. I feel like they knew to some degree. I feel like they knew how to fix this.
Like, for comparison, I've had my Xbox One controller for like years. Like 5 years now, and I've never once had problems with that. I had my Joy-Cons for like the ones that came with my Switch for like 2 years, and then they just drifted the shit out of existence practically. So it's like, no, something is clearly wrong with these controllers. And thankfully, knock on wood, I haven't had any problems with my DualSense yet, but I haven't had the PS5 yet for a year, so we'll see.
Oh yeah,
I'll get something. At first, my DualSense controller, because I got a PS5. Yeah, I'm gonna flex.
It's all right, you can flex with me.
My DualSense controller, it was drifting at first, and then I did a recalibration test, and now it's working.
Okay.
So that did happen when I got it out of the box. I think it had to recalibrate itself, but yeah, it's fixed now.
Nice.
I actually had drift problems with one out of two of my Joy-Cons, and those are serious. I had to buy another one, and the same thing happened with that one. I hadn't done much of anything from this point.
Q-tip trick where you like kind of swap the Q-tip around it and it stopped drifting.
Oh yeah.
I'm on Joy-Con set number 3. My first 2 pairs just
Oh
got
my
drift shot.
god.
So I'm
Nah,
on set
bro.
number 3.
I've never bought another set. I did a Q-tip trick. It worked. I'm still on that first set. I would not keep buying.
I'm still on that one original Joy-Con and the second left Joy-Con. I'm still on that. They hadn't entirely gone haywire because I just used my Pro Controller.
My black ones, my gray ones, my first one that came with, drift. Red and blue ones, drift. Now I'm on the violet blue and the yellow ones. I think
Did
it's...
you try the Q-tip trick? So you don't have to keep spending $70.
Oh, yeah, I tried all sorts of tricks.
I did.
Nothing worked.
I did. So it worked for like a record of 3 to 5 months.
Okay, yeah, because mine was drifting. I was playing Luigi's Mansion, and he kept tiptoeing. Like, what you doing? So I did a Q-tip trick. I'm like, okay, it's good.
I'm just gonna be cynical. Nintendo knows the problem. They just don't want to fix the issue because once because they know that their people, they know their fan base is casual. They'll just go get a new one. That's more profit for them. That's why they're not fixing it.
$70. That's what I do. So I was like, I'm just gonna work with this because I ain't spending no $70.
And then you know what happens when you send your controller in? Oh, they'll just give you new Joy-Cons. That's they're just gonna give you some new ones and throw the old ones in the trash because they're a company, they're business. Of course, that's what they do.
Mm-hmm. Planned obsolescence.
Oh yeah! Shout out to this YouTube channel figuring out how to get the issue solved permanently, I guess.
Yeah, VK's channel. Many thanks.
I'm
curious to see what Nintendo's going to do now they know that there's a fix out there. I'm curious.
They're going to copyright strike that channel.
Oh, dear. Anything else before we move it?
Nah.
Yeah, let's do this then. So, here's an amazing twist. Some fans asked the PC game to straight up drop de novo from their game called Humankind, and the dev agrees. He blames the performance impact because of this.
Wow.
As we know it, de novo is very infamous for messing up the entire performance of the games in compensation for being an anti-pirate software. When, well, in reality, that honestly didn't work.
This is why I don't want to buy a lot of big games on PC. Like, I know that without this crap, they would run and look better on PC. I get it. But I don't want to deal with this shit most of the time. And I know, like, I'm so glad I didn't buy Resident Evil Village. Like, I was going to buy Resident Evil Village on PC, but I'm glad that I instead, like, was like, I'll go with the PS5 version instead. Because then I see all the videos of all, like, the frame rate hitches and the problems. And, of course, it's like as soon as they found a way to get rid of de novo on it, like a fan, like, it's like they cracked the code and got rid of it, boom! Performance just went right back up to excellent on PC. So it's
very,
pretty bad.
It's very demanding, and it, like I say, embeds itself within the code and everything of the game. So it has to be read at the same time, and it bogs the performance.
Now, to be fair, there have been some games that I've played on Steam that have de novo, like I think Yakuza Like a Dragon has de novo, and I never once had a performance problem with that game. But that's not a very demanding game compared to something
like... It probably would perform way better had it not been using de novo.
Yeah, that's true.
Same.
Yeah. I think Assassin's Creed Unity had de novo.
Yeah. And they all... Ubisoft games always have de novo. They're obsessed with de novo.
Yeah, we saw that game performed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did.
Of course it didn't.
All I'm going to say is The whole reason why de novo is a thing because they're trying to prevent people of stealing their game, copyright, and all that. Getting their game for free. Yeah, piracy. And the unfortunate thing I'm gonna have to say is you can't stop piracy. That's a cute effort.
Right.
you can't stop it.
Like I
The
said
only thing you can try
before, this didn't work.
The only thing you can try to do is make the best game you can and hope that people buy it. But it's a well good effort. But when it starts to impede your game's performance, I don't think that's. If I was a game developer and I was making a game, I wouldn't put de novo on my game if it was going to hurt its performance. Just because I don't want a couple of people pirate my game. Like, people are going to pirate your game. There's nothing you can do about it. Just accept it.
It encourages people to pirate it more when they see this shit in there.
Yeah.
Because people don't want to deal with that.
Which one was it when somebody found out that de novo was in it and they just pirated like it? Was it Doom? Or was
I think it was Doom.
Wolfenstein?
I think it was Doom Eternal.
Yeah, don't give gamers a challenge. Do not give gamers a challenge. If you, not even gamers, do not give people a challenge because when you tell them not to do something, they're going to do it.
Yeah.
They're going to try to find a way to do it.
That hacked it probably weren't even worried about it until they said, no one can hack this. It's like, oh, we can.
Oh, yeah?
You're just challenging them.
Oh, can't we? We can't? All right, guys.
They'll literally just be like, challenge accepted, and it's broken the next day.
I think that literally what happened.
You not said anything.
Correct.
That's what happened with Valorant. That's what happened with Valorant. Because with the cheaters. Not with pirates, with the cheaters. They was like, we tried it. We dare y'all to try to break our game with hackers. Hacking and cheating. It was not happening. Like a week later.
I remember they screwed up their de novo application with Doom Eternal, and it ended up being cracked day 0. That's how bad it was.
Valor was so funny. The person who made the game, I think it was like the main head developer, was like, "We dare you to try to hack our game and cheat in our game. Like, it will not work." They did it like a week later. I think it wasn't even a week. I think it was like a couple days later. That shit was funny. Holy shit. Don't give gamers a challenge or give people a challenge. They will do it.
Yeah. Don't even give them the idea.
I remember
Let
that
them figure it
one dude was on Twitter for his game. It wasn't using de novo, but he told him, no, he wasn't on Twitter, he was on Reddit. He was like, I bet you no one can hack this. They're like, really? Reddit said, really?
No one, huh?
You must not bet me.
But he didn't even have to do anything technical. He just snapped his fingers and it was broken.
James Pally. All right.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh my.
Oh,
yeah, we're releasing a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh games.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're releasing a set of Yu-Gi-Oh games that happen to run differently. But this also includes an update to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, which is already everywhere. The rest of the games are also coming everywhere as well, and the update at hand is the Arc 5 stuff. So now whatever gimmick that's happening there, it's going to be added to Duel Links, and we're getting yet another whole new meta.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Duel Links is literally the perfect Yu-Gi-Oh game. Like, there's nothing I can say bad about it. It's the perfect Yu-Gi-Oh game, but at the exact same time, I don't want to play it because they keep changing the fucking rules to Yu-Gi-Oh every time they release a new series. So I'm not gonna put my hands on it.
I like to play in classic mode where you just original Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. The whole pendulums and things. I don't do none of that. I don't do none of it.
Yeah, I dipped out of Yu-Gi-Oh when they started doing the Seal of Orichalco stuff. I was like, I can't do this anymore, and I just
didn't like Raphael?
No, I did not. And then I had a friend, well, not a friend, but like a group of friends that would go to the library during high school and play Yu-Gi-Oh. And there was a day where like I was hanging out with them and they were playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and I looked at it, and like my frame of reference for Yu-Gi-Oh is like the Duelist Kingdom, Battle City, stuff like that. But I looked at this shit, and it literally just looked like how I felt when I saw Magic the Gathering for the first time. And I was like, what is this? Like, this is just nonsense. And they were like trying to explain it to me. And I was just like, you guys might as well just be like speaking like gibberish to me because I don't understand this. And they were like, when did you let's play Yu-Gi-Oh? I'm like, fucking Battle City. And they're like, oh God. And then they just gave up. They're like, no, don't.
Apparently Yu-Gi-Oh is a rip from Magic the Gathering. If I'm,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Fucking
I know my
confusing.
friend was
I stopped at the pendulum stuff. That and the Maldolce stuff kept getting really screwy to get. So I had to be. Yeah, I was done.
I don't even know what that is.
Dude, like I picked back Yu-Gi-Oh back up in college.
I loved Vanguard more anyway.
And the dude in college was trying to explain the synchros and pendulums to me. Like, you get this, and it's a 2-star, it's a 3-star. You can put them together with a 5, with another 3-star, and then you divide that by 2. I'm like, bro, I don't care, bro. I'm out here.
That's too much. That's too much math, bro.
Like, what?
Can we just go back to like the normal decks from like Duelist Kingdom, where all we had to worry about was like summoning a Blue Eyes and getting my monsters killed by that thing?
Yeah.
Like, let's go back to simpler times, just like that.
Yeah, no more fusions. Like, let's go back to that.
No more Obelisk the Tormentor. No more Exodia Necros or whatever the fuck that was called.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been around for the normal, been around from sync runs. I haven't been around for the pendulum monsters and all that shit. But the newest thing where you can literally put as many monsters on the field as you want if it had like a certain number, a level to your monster. I pieced out. I was like, all right, later, bitch.
I saw that.
I'm out.
What the heck is this? Now you put 45. Bro, it's like they're putting like 10. He's like, yo, I got 10 cards down. I'm like, what? Like, I was trying to watch it. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, well, now you can do 10? Bro,
yeah.
I was like, bro.
Oh yeah.
I pieced out.
You asked for the Maldolce archetype. Those guys keep sending your stuff back to deck for effects and a bunch of other stuff that's annoying to the opponent. Also, they looked extremely cute.
That's a Yu-Gi-Oh card?
Yeah, yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Those are all Yu-Gi-Oh monsters.
Yo, someone's having a good time. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're watching.
That looks like some trash mobile game. What is that?
Razor, I'll tell you what's happening. They were on a special manga site, if you catch my drift.
So I can perfectly describe this. Each deck or each deck set has a theme. With the TV show, each character holds that theme deck. So I thinking by the looks of this that the character that wields it is probably into some weird shit.
Oh yeah, into certain mangas.
Yeah. They're dolls that are named after sweets. Of course, there are many other themes. My other deck was the Ghost Tricks, which they're still monsters. They're monsters, but on the cuteness level of this.
This literally looks like an ad I'd see at my bowling alley.
No, this looks like an ad I'd see it if I was in Japan.
Well, my bowling alley is like it's got like the claw machines and all that shit.
I remember he's from Cali, so you know Cali has a bunch of weird stuff.
Well, Cali, we've got round 1 over here, which is like bowling alley mixed with a Japanese arcade.
Hey, so
we have that too in Georgia. Yay!
Oh, we totally have that.
Yeah, we tried to get you to go, but you wouldn't come.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
They even had House of the Dead, but not the good ones. I think they had the latest one,
referencing this card, I honestly now miss shouting, "Welcome to the chateau."
That literally looks like, I don't know why, but that reminds me like of Disgaea. I don't know why. It just looks like a Disgaea thing. And I've never even played Disgaea, and I'm like, that looks like
a great
Disgaea.
game.
Yeah. Most likely the
If
art
you have
style.
If you have a Switch, they have a demo it for the newest one for 6 out right now.
Oh, okay. When the card is activated, shuffle all what?
Madolche.
Madolche monsters.
Madolche monsters in your graveyard. I assume that's a graveyard. Into the deck. All Madolche monsters on the field gain
500.
500 attack and defense.
500 if a monster's returned. What the fuck is this?
If a monster in your graveyard would be returned to your deck.
Jesus Christ, that's broken.
No, bro. I remember I showed DC this one. There was this back when in college. There was this card, and it had so many words. They were so small. I'm like, bro, what is this card's effect?
I'll be right back.
Yeah, there's worse than this.
Bro, that thing
there's stuff with more text than this.
I'm like, bro, this is Game of Thrones level up out here, bro. What is this card?
Here's the problem that I have with Yu-Gi-Oh! The thing that what made Yu-Gi-Oh! So great is the fact that it was simple. And now the fact that it gotten super complex, for me, it gotten really complex. It's like, it didn't need this much stuff. But I see why they did it, but they didn't need to. It's unnecessary.
It was really already extremely complex when I joined. Right after I left, things got way too much. And that's been there ever since.
I left, I came back, I was like, and they were doing the pendulums. I said, oh no. Bro, because I left at Synchros. I'm like, nope. And I came back, they're like, pendulum. And I was like, bro, I'm done, man. I was like, bro, I'm done. I was done once, I was done again. Yeah, right.
If you're going to make a game, even if it's a card game, the thing you want to do with your card game is to make things simple. And if you're trying to, because the thing is, I know what they're trying to do. They was trying to reinvent it because they want to make it more popular and all that shit. But the problem with them reinventing things is the fact that they're stacking rules on top of the old rules, and now they're making it all complicated. And that is not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, pendulums threw me off, and I said when that dude was explaining it to me, I said, okay. That's all I had to say. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Things were getting messed up at the pendulum. Right after that, was when I dipped. I loved Vanguard more anyway, so I had to dip.
But the Yu-Gi-Oh games are pretty much good. Some of them are great. I recommend the older ones that have the old rules because they're simple and it's fun to play. But the newest one they're coming out with, I think for the Switch, you say it's just like, it's pretty much a copy from Duel Links. It's not bad because Duel Links is not a bad game. It's just the fact that, it's going to be a little complicated, but if you can bear with it, then you'll have some fun there. And that's all I can say for this topic.
Yeah. That's all everyone else got, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know what's coming. Most of you know what's coming next. It's time for the censorship corner. It's more shorter this time, but the stupidity, it's still weapons grade. This first part is a red flag part. Muv-Love, Project Mikhail delayed to late September to October. Well, it seems fine, nothing much, but here's the thing. This series is actually the one of the mech series that has loads of fan service in it that everyone's fine with. Well, everyone normally anyway, but there's this red flag in this article that the developer ended up saying. Quote, however, Hanaka also stated, this game isn't just for Japan, it's for the whole world, so we're changing the feel and the character designs a little. We'll have more to show you that in the front later. While in nature these changes were not detailed, Hamagao was backed by shelves filled with Muv-Love featuring plenty of fan service on their covers. Oh man. And that's the red flag. My best bet is they're definitely toning down the fan service, and it's gonna rile everyone that has It's gonna rile everyone involved up.
Listen, guys, we're censoring game. We won't tell you censoring it because we know it's gonna upset you, but we're gonna do it.
That's basically what he said. This is definitely. I think he's either. Oh yeah, it's being released for the PC and the Switch, but he's still going in for the Cabal anyway. That's never good news.
Man, censor himself before he's like, you know what? Before they censor me, I'm gonna censor myself.
Before they get me, I'll get myself.
Yeah.
Exactly. I can get me before they get me.
Yeah, that's still bad.
It's a shame. It really is a shame. They feel like they have to tone down the sex stuff in some of these games nowadays. Yeah. It's like it's I don't know. I guess like I understand it to an extent. That's like if that's all the character is, that is just they're just like some like busty lusty kind of thing, and that's all they are. Like I'd understand like, well, maybe we need to tone it down like a little bit, like where it's like some like hentai looking shit. But even then, it's like if the game is designed to like have a specific style and that's what it's going for, it's like okay, then even then I don't really have a problem with it. But I just feel like it's just this growing trend of people like, well, we got to make people look less attractive in our games because for some reason that makes people mad that there are attractive characters in games for some reason.
And that's the problem, and the only people being mad about it is the Twitter dwellers out in the West.
Mm-hmm.
Literally everybody else, especially the fans of series and series like it, don't mind nothing whatsoever, and if they did censor it, they're gone. Everyone is gone.
Oh, sorry.
And the guys that were clamoring for censoring it, they still won't buy it.
Yeah, there was a developer recently on Twitter that had like a trademark bog standard Twitter meltdown, and it was over the perceived like tiny titties that Rivet from the new Ratchet and Clank had. How like damaging it was that, and I'm gonna like somewhat like quote this a little bit to the best of my ability. It said that a game having tits on a space rat was still damaging to women, and I'm like, what in the fuck are you talking about? Like, what are you like? Literally, what like? How do these people exist to where that is like a thing that somebody is? I don't get it. It's just I don't get it. I'm shocked.
Same thing with the Lola Bunny controversy. The Lola Bunny thing.
I could probably find this.
Yeah, this is pretty much the Lola Bunny disaster, except nothing was tweaked with her except she has a female figure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that like the Lola Bunny thing I'm less annoyed with just because that character in Space Jam was just useless, the original one. Like from what I remember. Like I've never seen it, but like
become an actual character?
No, she's just like the Big Bang of furries, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even non-furries were into her.
Yeah.
But
I'm just like, what? Like when
if you told a furry OG Lola was your waifu, he said the furry would go like, that's nothing.
Okay, so I found the quote, and it's like a fucking doozy if y'all want to hear it, the full thing.
Go right ahead.
Okay, so this is from some guy named Xavier CK3D. I have no idea. I'm not gonna look this guy up. I don't care. He's a game developer. He said something for my fellow men in game dev, especially those just now entering the industry.
Alleged men are like,
and this is one of the guys that like looks like the usual like white male like alpha feminist or something, like those like stereotypical people. Like, you know the look. The look where it's like the meme of the guy with like the beard, and he's like
The
he's like
soy
shocked.
face.
He looks almost exactly like that. And he says, "There's a strong chance I'm going to get oh shit, hold on, I'm jumping ahead." So after that thing, he said, "There are a lot of things you may run into that aren't directly harmful to people in the same way as sexual harassment, but they still contribute to hostile environments and harm. There's a strong chance I'm going to get flack for saying this publicly, but it's worth bringing up because it's an example of how small things contribute to building environments that are hostile to women and are all kinds of other marginalized people in game dev. So, fellow men in game dev, this is an example of one of the very small things that build up over time to make life miserable for women and marginalized people in the art industry." And here's the zinger. "Something as simple as putting titties on a space rat can harm people." It keeps going. So it breaks people's trust when you allow things like this to happen unchallenged. If you don't push, and it is Ratchet and Clank, because I didn't see this, but he directly says her name. Like, it breaks people's trust when you allow things like this to happen unchallenged. If you don't push back against tiny little things like giving Rivet tits, you're essentially making those things don't matter. If the smaller things don't matter, where's the line for the bigger things? This is where things get into territory like men like myself in game dev need to pay, in all caps, really fucking close attention. The lead writer was a woman. The lead character, TD, was a trans person who at the time had not transitioned. Everyone else in the discussion was a white cis male. At the time the argument occurred, there were 2 women and 1 female presenting trans person on the team. That trans person had lived their life up to being a woman and had okay, so I'm gonna skip that. So 2/3 of the women on the team, as well as 1 cis white man, me, were telling the art director and the game lead that Rivet should not, as an alien face, fucking hell, my grammar is getting fucked up by that. And the game lead that Rivet should not, as an alien space fox, have wide hips and titties. End of quote.
Yo, bro, Razor's whole,
okay, I'm looking this guy
up.
Yeah.
No, Razor, bro. Your brain, I think your brain cells was just leaving as you was talking about that.
Yeah,
mine was
being fried too.
Oh no, is he a fucking developer at Insomniac? Oh, please don't
watch
it. Sounds like that because he was saying
Oh no.
I
don't see him. I think he might be a freelancer.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna say about this topic. I'm gonna say 2 things. There is nothing wrong about making your character sexy in any ways.
Yes,
agreed. We can all agree to this.
Sex sells, and you shouldn't, as a developer, you shouldn't have censored yourself just because you wouldn't think that the mass market wouldn't enjoy it. Let the mass market speak for itself. Mm-hmm. At the exact same time, I do understand where developers go overboard.
Yeah, especially with soy levels like what we just went through.
Yes, I do understand where developers be like, all right, there is like no character here. It's just nothing but titties. All right, maybe we should reduce the titties by 0.5%. I understand where you
and then your customers leave.
Well, the thing too is that there are, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That I want to make clear as well is that like I know there was the whole controversy around like Aloy looking more like mannish in the trailer for Horizon Forbidden West. Now I am a proud self-proclaimed like Amazon chaser. Like I like women that look like that. I love redheads. So ideally Aloy is should be my waifu. I look at her and I'm like, yeah, I'd hit that totally. But I don't understand. I see both sides of this. Like the people that are upset that she doesn't look more like objectively feminine, but I also find it annoying that like the other side automatically looks at that argument and says like, well, you must hate women. It's like, no. I just don't want, I just don't like, and it's true that that game devs and all that are making women look less like women in their games. Like, it's absolutely true. All you have to do is look at that new fucking He-Man show and you'll see it, like 100%.
Oh no! From Last of Us Part 2.
It's like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So can both sides like chill the fuck out and actually have like an adult conversation about this instead of going on Twitter and fucking having a mental breakdown like this guy did over tits on a space rat. Not his words, not mine. But I'm like, what? Like, what?
The dude literally wrote an entire book over a rat that has a female figure. A proper female figure at that.
Lastly, to add on, what I have to say is, no matter what the developers create or anybody creates, they're just drawings at the end of the day.
They're not real people.
To be
Stop
fair,
acting like they're real people.
To be fair, this is coming from the same guy who posted a read on Bloodborne where he thinks the game is about the player character infiltrating women until they can't anymore, and then treating the only woman they know as a mother figure.
What?
I'm literally reading, so I'm not going down that fucking rabbit hole, but I've already gone through the space tits one, but I'm not fucking going through like I just like, these people exist. These people exist. And they write shit like this. Like, they go on the internet and they go on the internet and think, hey, someone will want to hear my opinion on this. My stupid, dumbass opinion on this.
Did we play the same game? Did he play the same?
And this crap is also why we don't go near Kotaku except if the cringe is so bad. So weapons grade.
Oh my god!
So on the high scale of tomfoolery.
Oh, no.
Please, no more. I can't say it.
There's an entire whole nother novel about this.
No, I don't want to take it.
Don't put on Razor. Rabbit hole, Razor.
God.
No. Let's stop.
Developer.
He says mommy milkers in regards to women. What the fuck?
Let's stop.
What? What?
Idiots like him is gonna complain about Lady Debauchery, but it's like
there
everybody's.
There is one.
Oh,
there is.
Oh man.
There is.
Get out the rabbit hole. You're in too deep.
There is. Someone brought it up as like a dig against the guy that like, hey, what the hell are you talking about? Like, you and this, and now you're ran against. I guess he called like Tifa an object for jacking off or something.
Yeah, he legit. Oh yeah, the guy that called her a prostitute.
The hell, Tifa got hands. I don't know what game you.
Hey, yeah, she. I mean, speaking of that, I was shocked by how like beautiful they made Tifa look in the remake. Like, I was for certain that they were gonna like tone it down. I mean, she doesn't have like triangle titties like she does in Final Fantasy, like the original one. But I was stunned by like how good they were able to make her look in remake. Mm-hmm. Her and Aerith too. Like, they both were like, holy shit.
We were still upset that they nerfed her though.
Aerith that beautiful? I know Tifa was gonna look better.
Like, especially when she's in that dress in Don Corneo's mansion. Like, oh my god. Yeah. Like, I was just like, Jesus. What the
We were
fuck?
all going senile over her being nerfed that day, but I still admit she looks very beautiful.
It was very good. And what was also very good was RazorBlade Mango's magnum opus video about that.
Oh, that's the one thing I left out of it, is how beautiful she looked. Oh, actually, no, I think I did mention it. Like, as like an offline or something.
Yeah.
All of the models for Final Fantasy VII Remake, all of them look good. Cloud looks amazing. Barrett looks like a whole different fucking character.
Oh yeah.
From the original stuff. Where God dang, how much they made him different. Fucking, what was it? Like even the side soldiers, I forget their name escapes me at the time.
Yeah.
Even the side soldiers that help the 3 soldiers that work with Avalanche, even like they become their very own kid. Like they become noticeable and all that stuff. It's side characters like from the original. Like they just did a great job. This is just
I love that somebody in this like nutcases rant about space tits that someone just put a full on like uncensored hentai pic as a response. Great.
I like it.
And I bet it was of
So
that
good.
character he was talking
It's
about.
a rivet. Yeah, it's definitely a rivet. Yeah.
I think Rich from Review Tech USA said it best. He just needs to get laid.
Yeah.
Touch some grass,
No,
please.
just go get laid. Go get laid. And you'll
Just-
calm down.
No, just shit. It reminds me of what's I don't know why I forgot. Randy from South Park when he's doing like the cream fresh, and then he's just like I just feel so nervous and wound up, and then his wife's like, why don't I try something? And she just jacks him off, and he's like oh okay, bye. And he just falls asleep.
I'm good.
Just some of the internet crowdfund a campaign to pay for a prostitute for this man to just calm his ass down. Like get the prostitute to like take away his phone, get him away from Twitter, just give him a rub and tug, and that's it. He's good. My man's good. He stopped spouting this bullshit. It's all good.
Yeah.
Happy ending. Needs a happy
We call
ending.
that
Yeah.
false nut clarity.
And have him leave her change in the end. Just like that shake weight episode.
This man can't stop.
Just him.
I
That's a lot
gotta
of-
get out of the Matrix. I'm getting out of the Matrix with this shit.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't-
I was about to say, it's
Well,
not just him. It's a
yeah,
lot of
let's
people
all
on
move
Twitter.
it.
I'm out.
Let's all
It
move it.
literally does not stop. It's just like keeps going. It's
Yeah,
just-
let's go on.
Yeah,
to
let's
Super
move
Fun.
it.
Oh God.
Well, welcome to the censored game of the show. This time, it's the VR version of Super Hot for removing quote-unquote disturbing scenes that you can already toggle off.
Wait, no, hold on a second.
Wait, really?
Wait,
Yeah.
Hold on a second. No, hold on a second. Super Hot is a game with polygons, like
Mhm.
actual polygons.
Yes.
What's disturbing?
There are certain scenes
Exactly.
involving self-harm, but you can toggle those on and off in the original
It's
games.
still polygons, though.
It's still polygons, however.
It's like those things from, was it Smash Brawl, the fighting polygons?
Mhm.
That's literally what it is.
Yeah.
Like I get it. Like self-harm and suicide is a very sensitive subject. I totally understand it. I get it, but
But
at the
This
same
is too
time, it's
much.
like they're a bunch of polygons. Like, come on. Like, come on now. Like,
that and under
Really?
options you can toggle the shit on and off, but apparently some
Yeah.
are way too lazy for that.
that option's already there, and it's like, no, we're gonna make the decision for you. Like, oh,
Who
Okay.
cares? We're going. Who cares? Let's just censor ourselves into oblivion already. That's what's gonna happen. We can't have anything nice. It says itself to oblivion. Women can't be sexy, so let them be ugly. Man can't show anything revealing because that'll put hate speech against women. No suicide or anything controversial. Our game's just gonna be bland. Go ahead.
Ugh.
Nothing interesting. Just
And
here's
the
our
thing is,
bland game.
You could toggle this off anyway in the actual game itself. So it's weird that they decided they were just gonna remove it altogether.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone was bothered by it, they could just remove it themselves because there's a toggle. Plus, this is polygons. If polygons falling apart is something that makes that PTSD, maybe you should stop playing video games.
Yeah.
That's just my.
can you imagine what would happen? Like the ire that would fucking go off if like Rockstar ever decided to like release another Manhunt or something like that. Like something that like sickeningly gory and intense.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
can you imagine?
And if they go on with it, well, that would sell, but it would explode.
Oh yeah, you'd get like thousands of articles every day about how it's like a horrible portrayal of the mentally ill and how damaging it is to society. And it's like how the violence in it could lead to like people being serial killers or some shit. Like the whole thing with Cyberpunk, where they literally were like, some articles were literally insinuating or directly stating that Cyberpunk was gonna cause trans people's deaths or something stupid like that. It's like what in the like I feel like these journalists have just become the new Jack Thompson. It's swung so far in the other direction that it's like, what the fuck are you talking about now?
I do not disagree with you on that, because to this day they're still using Grand Theft Auto 5 as the evilest thing that sponsored.
They're using that controversial the torture scene in it, which, to be fair, that is a really hard scene to get through even now. Yeah, it's tough to get through that one because they did a great job with it. It's just Jesus.
Man, you know what? Let's quote this extremely dumb thing the developer of the VR version just said. Skip the driving scenes toggle side in the previous update. Considering the sensitive time we're living in, we can do better than that. You deserve better. All scenes alone to self-harm now completely removed from the game. These scenes have no place in super high virtual reality. We regret it took us so long. We're committed to shipping this update to all VR platforms. Of course, the game was bombarded with a couple of hundred negative reviews on Steam due to absurd and unnecessary censorship. And Steam did have the review bomb protection, but etching from losing its overall score, however, but it still stood. Unquote.
My thing is no, and this is one place I'd look at Twitter. No one on Twitter was complaining about this. Twitter complains about everything. No one cared. Only the developer of this cared.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't even. That's not even on their Twitter account. I'm looking right now.
Wow.
No one cared but the developer.
Wow.
Yeah, this is like completely fluke. It's like the rare thing that like people got pissed at like the Double Fine thing where they're adding the invincibility toggle to Psychonauts. I think that's way less egregious than this. Like this case.
Yeah. And the trip is... Yeah, that's the trip.
Wow.
Twitter didn't give a damn here. Wow. That's so rare.
You can?
Yeah, we can hear you. You sound.
We can hear you.
So I have to switch to my other headphones. Real quick, the problem I have with all this is the usual problem. Stop taking away options. Stop taking away. Yeah, that. Give us the option if we want to talk that off or not.
There is the option. They decided they want to get rid of it in general.
Yeah. That's the worst part of this.
Let's take the choice away from us. That makes no sense why you're doing it. Or just options, people. Options. That's it.
Yeah. Like, if you want to give me an option of taking away certain scenes, that's fine. Like the whole the famous no Russian scene from Modern Warfare 2. It's like, that's fine. Like, give me an option to skip it. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to skip it because it's part of the story, and it doesn't it's disturbing, but it doesn't bother me to the point where I don't want to play it. But just like you say, give me a choice. I don't make the decision for me. Don't make the decision to remove controversial scenes. I'm an adult. I can make decisions for myself of what content I want to watch. Don't treat me like this. To me, just it's like they're treating us like children.
Yeah.
Or it's like, we know what's good for you. It's like, no, you don't. You're not me.
Or better yet, just at the start of game, have a part where he said, "Hey, are you into? Hey, you're not sensitive to this and this, right? If you say yes, I am, they'll toggle those scenes off. If you say no, I'm perfectly fine, then they'll leave it. Then they'll leave it in, and they'll say, remember, you can change this. You can change this in the options. That's a pretty simple fix, right?
They already had the solution.
But here's the thing: they already had the solution, and they removed it somehow.
like this idea, this notion that we can do better. I'm like, according to who? Like, what standard are they like measuring themselves against? That's like, that's not good enough. Adding an option to turn this stuff off. Like, who is dictating to them that they need to do better, or is this them just like, we need like self-aggrandizing points? So
I wonder if the original developer is upset that the people he has porting they have porting his game are like, we have to censor. They're like, why are you censoring my game?
Yeah. That and according to the article, those were heavy plot points. Those disturbing scenes were also plot relevant.
Game is already scenes in a Polygon game.
Yeah.
It's already a good game. You didn't need to mess with it. It doesn't make sense.
This reeks of nothing else but a publicity stunt here, and that definitely failed.
Yeah, it's publicity stunt for something even Twitter didn't care about this.
Yeah.
I don't understand, man.
And when the same get riled up at absolutely almost everything Twitter doesn't care about this, that says something about you.
You care about tweeting on it. This is the craziest thing. We'll move on to the next topic.
Yeah, just moral of the story options. Give us the option.
Yeah,
no
please.
need to take more.
This is worse than the last censored game to show when there's a character, her outfit was already completely and utterly safe, and then they changed it. Didn't have it as an alternate. They just straight up changed it. It just straight up changed it and thought that was safer because why not? That or it was, yeah, it definitely reeked of Twitter. So did this, except Twitter didn't care.
Yeah, I never even heard of this until just now.
Yeah, and so these guys came out and said, we have to get rid of it for the well-being of everyone else. Like, what?
Yeah, it was for quote-unquote age-rating reasons when, once again, it was the safest thing, and it was the safest thing.
Like, if they thought it was such a bad thing, like, why did they do it to begin with?
Well, no, it wasn't the original developer. It was the people porting it for the VR. That team decided to do this.
Oh.
Yeah, the team that ported VR decided to do that.
What's the team? Do you know what the team name is?
Oh, it's probably an article.
Let me say.
If you put something that's super sensitive in your game and you're trying to take it out now, I don't understand that because damage has already been done.
Yeah.
If you messed up.
Oh, no, Kotaku does have an article about it.
Now, that makes you did this
totally.
Razor. All right. Paste. Okay. I sent it to you, Razor. Okay, but
yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah, it was annoying.
It's annoying.
Let's just move it. None of this shouldn't have ever happened.
All right, let's move on to a pretty good topic.
Actually, this is the last topic.
Google Doodle is a sports RPG. I've actually played some of it. It is very stylized. I love it's like a sprite.
It's a full-fledged RPG. Even for a Google Doodle.
Yeah, and it has cutscenes that are fully animated.
Yeah. In the game, you basically have to beat the champions of all the available sports. But there are also a bunch of side quests, too.
Yeah,
Oh
like
shit!
you
I
help
totally
Duke get
forgot
water.
that the Olympics is going on.
Yeah, you help Duke get water so he can finish building something. It is so cool. I
Yeah.
think this is one of the coolest things
It
Google's
is
done.
definitely well made.
Yeah, and like I said, the art style is amazing. The cutscenes, fully animated, are nice. It's so cool.
Don't worry, someone already ported it into a standalone.
Nice.
You know what's funny, Epic?
Yeah.
This was published on Google.
Thank you, Soka.
Not on Google Stadia.
Yeah,
Or Seneca, sorry. Seneca.
Platform that actually needs games made by Google themselves. Oh, I'm sorry. Google Stadia, that's a thing.
Oh, wow.
I don't even think Google remembers.
No one remembers that.
No one remembers, but Google apparently does.
Hey, Google Doodle. I mean, hey, Google says we can make games, not for our dedicated gaming platform, but we can make games.
Yeah, like this. Oh, also, it does save your place if you do end up leaving. If you do end up leaving the home page.
Yeah. Also, it saves for like your whole accounts. Like when I was playing my phone, I came back, I was playing my computer in the same place, so that was pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
You have that.
And that's under your account.
You have that, but your Stadia platform is still shit. All right, cool.
Yep.
Didn't like all the creative people running Stadia quit? And I think they're working with like PlayStation now or something.
Yeah.
I think that was
Pretty
them. The heads of like, Google's gaming division. They're like, yeah, we're done. We're gonna go work with PlayStation now. I'm like, wow, all that money, and they still sucked at this.
The famous article of Google Stadia was, hey, they fired all of their first-party staff.
God, yeah.
They got rid of every single
man.
project. They fired every single buddy on their team. But there's still some people making third-party for it. There's still people making third-party for it. So that's a thing.
Yeesh. Oh, yeah. The guys that did this... The guy that did this were Studio 4 Degrees Celsius. They're a Win animation studio that made 1995's Memories, 98 Spriggan, and for games, they did Rogue Galaxy, Dot Hack
really?
Link, Catherine, and Tokyo Mirage Sessions, a Sharpa FE. Unquote.
No,
I remember Spriggan.
Catherine.
Tokyo Mirage Session, Sharp FE.
Shit.
Great
Yeah.
game with too long of a name.
They got some credits to their name.
Yeah. And now they did this. Many props to them for it.
Yeah.
Google Stadia is a thing.
Somehow!
Listen, I'm gonna give Google their credit for this, okay? I'm gonna give them credit for this. This is good.
This is the one good thing out of so many screwed up crap they did over the years, especially Stadia.
I give them credit for this. This was good. I played it. Like I said, the game art style is amazing. Cutscenes are really cool. They're fully animated.
Why can't they just become a normal publisher and just release games like this?
Yeah, I would love that.
Mine.
I don't
No,
understand.
it's more pride.
I'm not surprised.
But we can't have
They're
nice
the
things,
answer.
can we?
No, we can't.
Not even with strawberries on top.
Especially
What happened to Google Fiber? Oh, yeah. Google Glasses? Oh, yeah. Google Stadia's not dead, everybody. Cool.
And I think Google Music even got defunct, correct?
It's still there with whole Google Play Music thing.
Oh,
But
yeah.
they force you to use it if you want music on a lot of Androids.
I still remember that naming debacle. It sounded too much like a certain slur.
Yeah. Google Plus died,
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Oh
they used to
yeah.
force you to use
Yeah, I
it.
remember when YouTube was pushing that.
Yep, they
Yeah,
forced
they
you to use it.
forced you to use it.
Yeah.
And it was shit. And it was still shit when they
Yep.
tried to force me to do it.
This is pretty
Let me go to
bad.
Google Grade.
Yeah.
Google Graveyard.
Yeah, but yeah, the Google Doodle sports RPG for the Olympics, it's really cool. I like it.
Okay.
So everyone should try it out. Go to Google, play the Doodle. That rhymed. But yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, it's very fun.
RazorBlade Mango's gonna be playing on his channel for those subscribers that he got. And he's gonna be singing "Sugar" while playing it.
I don't know what I would do to celebrate 1,000 subscribers. Like I feel like
I keep telling you what to do.
I feel like I'm gonna like jinx it the moment I actually start celebrating.
Yeah. Oh
Yes,
dear.
Oh,
Just
snap.
sing Adam Levine. Everyone wants it.
I just, hey, everybody, I was looking through the Google Graveyard. Did y'all know that Google had a game builder thing?
What?
No.
Yeah, they had it, and it was in 2019, and they killed it in 2019.
Shit.
I hadn't heard of it.
Game Builder was a multiplayer 3D game environment for creating new games without coding experience. It was 5 months old, and they killed it.
Dang.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Oh, that was a good video. Live services can still flip off. Live services.
YouTube.
Go ahead and say that one time for the
Uh-uh.
fans, Razor.
Oh. Hold on. So I have a problem with Google's leadership leaving Google, and now they're working with PlayStation, and they have all that talent. Like, it shows they have talent, and all they're going to be doing is making live services for PlayStation. That's all they're going to be doing now, which is annoying.
Yeah, RazorBlade Mango live services are his favorite thing in the world now.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Remember, PlayStation bleeds in generations.
Oh God. Yeah, I have a video where I like memed Jim Ryan saying that. I had a lot of fun making that video.
Okay, I think I gotta go see that.
It's only like a minute long. It's one of my favorite videos I've released from the year.
But yeah, Google with your talent, you could do stuff like this with the Google with this RPG. Just put it on console. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, it'd be like that. What was that? That one game from that was on the Switch, Golf Story.
Yeah, that's a great game.
Oh.
Oh yeah, and you remember you could play Golf Story with your Switch for free if you know how to get it from the file from the Switch, and then they patched it out. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, apparently that's a game of WoW I can play.
Really?
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
May God rest his soul.
One more thing from Killed by Google. It's called YouTube Leanback. Killed almost 2 years ago. YouTube Leanback was an optimized version of YouTube used for television, web browsers, and web view applications. Rappers. It was about 9 years old, and they killed it.
Never heard.
They just rebranded that. That's what they're using now with YouTube TV crap.
Yep.
Oh, that's what that is?
Oh, right,
They
that.
just rebranded it.
What even is that? I don't understand what YouTube TV is.
I don't care what it is. It's something.
Oh yeah, I guess that's the only thing that should matter. I don't care what it is.
They even had
this
Google Fiber TV somehow.
Yeah, and they killed that one. This is interesting. They got YouTube Messages, YouTube for 3DS. That was a thing. Hangouts.
Oh yeah, that's right. God, man, you're reminding me of a lot of shit today.
Just go to Google Graveyard. Go to the Google Graveyard. They have everything. YouTube Gaming. All right, I'm done.
YouTube for Nintendo 3DS too. Oh, that was a loss.
I'm gonna check that out later.
That was a serious loss.
I remember using that back in the day.
I
It
forgot
was
to
terrible.
see
It was terrible, but it ran good for what it was.
Yeah.
I think it was 360p, so that was alright for 3DS. Yeah.
All I need is Twitch for Switch.
Yeah.
That rhymes.
I mean, why is it not?
Yeah,
Actually,
why is that not a thing yet?
You know what's funny? I think it's because
Oh,
Nintendo's
wait.
close relationship with Google. I think that might actually be the reason.
Oh, yeah.
The Switch is about to be 5 years old, and it still doesn't have fucking themes.
Somehow.
Yeah. Wasn't 3DS like 3 years old by the time it finally got themes?
Yeah.
It was
It only
like,
had like one other basic theme, and that's it. Meanwhile, the 3DS had a ton. Why couldn't they transfer that to there?
No clue.
because they're Nintendo. But yeah, we try to leave on a positive. So Google Doodle Sports RPG, play it. It's fun. It's not hard at all. It has a bunch of side quests you can do in it. Pretty big island.
Yeah, it's a very huge island, but it's plenty fun.
Yeah, so Google make games and put them on platforms because no one's using your platform.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah. Yeah, just kill off Stadia already and just make some games instead, please.
Yeah, because if this is a good indicator of what you can do, I think you're on a good path if you keep this path up.
I wouldn't say kill off Stadia. I'd just say redo its business model.
No, kill it off. I'm fine with them killing it off.
Yeah.
Just put Stadia on like PS4, PS5, Switch, whatever, Xbox One, Xbox Series. Yeah.
Or just get rid of it altogether. Hell.
I'm just trying to give it a chance. Let it breathe.
I mean, they can make it work if they just put it on other platforms.
No, I want it killed in its cradle.
Oh no.
Just want it to die.
We
I
hear
don't
it
want Google ever getting the idea of doing something like this again.
Yeah, same. I'm with you, Ray. I'm with you, Razor.
Everybody deserves second chances.
No, not Google. Not Google. They've had enough. They're out. They're like negative. They're in the red right now on chances.
Oh gosh! And you remember they made that patent where they were just like, "We'll stop spying on you. We'll stop killing your cookies." To the I think it was the investors. They was not the websites, but them personally will stop pretty much spying on you.
We promise.
Remember the phrase, don't be evil? Well, that didn't last too long.
We're not spying on you. You know you're spying on us, Google.
Well, let's get into these outros.
DC?
Well, we're going to start with guests, actually. Come on, gotta be respectful.
Aw.
Yeah. RazorBlade Mango?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Your outro?
Your outro, please.
My outro? Oh, well, thank you for having me on again. This was a lot of fun. Very unexpected way to spend my Sunday evening, so I'm very very grateful for that.
Oh, thank you.
I also tell the richest man to stop ducking me.
He denies that he's ducking you, by the way.
Everyone denies they're ducking me. They still duck.
Well, this has been Master Minos, and until next time, be seeing ya.
Yeah.
SupraStarDC?
Well, it was nice having RazorBlade Mango on today's podcast.
Thank you.
Enjoyed talking to you. Enjoyed talking with everybody. And yeah, Google, step your shit up.
Please. With strawberries on top.
And this is FFXIV, the big boss of the podcast. You guys have a good one. Peace.
Oh, also, we're going to have an EX episode, and it will feature RazorBlade Mango. Look forward to that one.
Oh, God. Is that what I think it is?
Yeah.
Unless you, heavily edit some of that shit.
Yeah, don't worry, I will.
No, the EX will not be edited at all. That's not
Oh, that makes me even more excited.
Oh,
Don't
goody!
worry,
I
I'll
get
still
to.
edit it.
I might be able to make a. I'm playing Dokkan Battle, and the rainbow tickets are out.
Yeah.
I'm
We'll
ready,
see you guys
ready
later.
to get shafted.